Yo. Alrighty, hello, everyone. Welcome to the live stream. Let me know if you can hear me as well in the chat. Welcome, Net, Karthik, Lucas. How's it going, man? I am stoked for today. I'm stoked. Let me know if my computer like the biggest thing here is like awesome. Thanks, Lucas. I really wish my computer doesn't crash because like I have my Thinkorswim going. I have my interactive brokers going. DJ Medusa, how's it going, Niraj? Yeah, I came in early. I just thought, let's get the party started. Tesla's at $675 right now, so let's get the party started. Hopefully the chat starts rolling in as well here. Awesome. Thanks, Lucas. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for joining. Today's gonna be fun, eh? I think everyone's just sitting by their computers and everyone just wants to have fun. Yeah, let me know where you guys are from. Chris, welcome from Northern Ireland. Awesome. What's up, gang? Harry Woo, how's it going? I think I'm gonna try to close off some of my tabs and stuff because what's up? Salute from Paris. Bonjour, Matthias. Alan, how's it going, y'all? This is it, hey? So this is the big day. So talking about what happened today, it's so obvious that in the morning when the sell-off happened and immediately it was bought right back, right there and then I was so happy seeing that because as soon as I see weakness and it being bought up really fast, that tells me that there's people ready to go, ready to buy, number one. But number two, it signals, I think, that these hedge funds that have been front running massively, that probably means that come towards the end of the day, they're not going to have a big dump. And if they're not going to have a big dump, and we know that the S&P probably hasn't bought, or the tracking funds haven't bought too much yet, this is only going to be a recipe for disaster for the index fund buyers. Hopefully they can find liquidity, but I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. It should be fun. Montreal in the house. How's it going? Last 5 minutes. Yeah, Johnny's, you're right. Lithuania, Lucas. Awesome. Southern California. Yeah, Tesla. Everyone's killing it with Tesla. Hopefully not short. Charanth, welcome Charanth from California as well. Hey guys, Tim from Heathrow, UK. Awesome. UK. What time is it there? It's probably 6 p.m., 6:45. Netherlands, Vestron from Chicago. Yeah, so here's the question, right? The question is, and everyone's asking is there going to be a pullback next week? I think it's important that you plan for a pullback, and I think it's also probably smart as an investor. But that being said, personally speaking, and again, none of this is financial advice, but I only see strength moving forward. First of all, the stimulus package is probably going to get passed in the next couple of weeks. Cross your fingers. Before Christmas, probably, right? Quarterly delivery numbers are going to come in. We're going to have earnings reports coming out. There's going to be probably more upgrades, more credit upgrades. I made a video about Catalyst the other day using Gary Black's pinned tweet, and I don't know. I don't know if a massive correction is going to come. Think about it. Okay, you bought shares at 500. They're at 700 now. If you have a 10% correction, it's $70 off your price. Do you really care about a 10% correction? Yeah, a little bit of profit taken for Christmas, maybe you're right. But, yeah, I mean, let me know what you guys are trading. What do you guys have in your portfolios? What calls are you guys sitting on that you guys are panicking about? Tell me what you guys are sitting on. I know a lot of you guys are sitting on shares. Belgium, awesome, very cool. I'm gonna try to fix this chat so we can get more chat people on here. Let's see here. $110 long, nice. Neo calls, yeah, Neo smart. I just bought some Square Leaps. 670 January. See, like if for January, what's 15th of like middle of January, or is it after earnings? Because one thing to know on a 720 call for today, Scott, if you're sitting on that, keep your button on the trigger there. Awesome. See, like, and I forgot who said it. 670 calls. VAD. So VAD, if you're sitting on 670 calls for January, just know that if you're sitting on calls that are expiring after the earnings report, which is probably going to be third week of January, if you're sitting on those calls, you're probably okay for the implied volatility crush that's going to come after today. Okay, so it's the middle. If you're sitting on stuff that's before the earnings, just know that the biggest implied volatility crush is going to be probably today or into Monday of next week, because the market knows that there's nothing else priced into those calls. One trick I kind of do is when I buy shorter term calls, I like to buy calls that have some sort of an event in the future priced in. So if I'm looking for January and I can buy a 670 or a 700 call for, let's make up number $15, but I can pay out 1 week later and pay $20, so $500 more, but I get an earnings report in there. That oftentimes for me is worth it, because if I pay for that implied volatility, it's not gonna be a massive crush in the short run. Those guys usually hold up. 700 long, 700. Okay, so Ivan's sitting on 700 strike 18. So today calls, 10 covered calls. Tom, 10, nice. Okay, that's you're probably making a killing today on those. Well, maybe not on the rises, but you will make a killing on those. Appreciate that, Kingsley. Appreciate that. Yeah, like what I'm trying to do, and maybe I'll talk to you guys about this, is like I kind of want to mix options trading. Like options trading is what I live and breathe and what I love doing, obviously. But I kind of want to mix that with like and Tesla is a stock that, I'm super passionate about. I'm invested in. I have been. It's been a huge part of my growth story this year, obviously, as many of you guys watching. And I kind of want to mix those two. And I think there's amazing Tesla channels out there. Tesla Daily with Rob, Stephen Mark Ryan with Solving the Money Problem. I kind of want to focus this more on the financial side, maybe a little bit more, like more of the trading aspect of it, or options, or the chain analysis, or applied volatility, or valuations, like a little bit more of the financial side of it, but still keeping in with like some of the news that comes out, and stuff like that. But you guys can let me know. What do you guys think we should do with the channel? Because I want to build it together. It's not just mine. I think I want to build a community with everyone here. So, John, what's your largest option loss? Probably about 20,000 this year. I think I remember the day. It was like July 10th or 11th. Like, do you guys remember that day in the middle of July where Tesla shot up so much? Like, I want to say it shot up to like $1,500, $2,000. Maybe I got that wrong, but there's a day where it shot up completely in the morning. It was up 10%, and then middle afternoon it just faded all away. That day, that fade was crazy expensive for me. Yeah, but it's okay. I mean, at the end of the day, maybe I'll make a video on my investing philosophies, but at the end of the day, you want to play with house money, and if you're playing with house money, you get this level of detachment with your daily P&L and what's happening and stuff like that. It's hard. You don't want to be so married to your account where you're gonna have a heart attack. Exactly. You're gonna be stressed out. You can't FOMO into stuff. Exactly. All right. So, yeah. Okay, so what's happening? So what do I have up on my screen? Let me walk you through it. Okay. So obviously we got a chart right here. This is Trader Workstation. So if you guys don't know, that's with Interactive Brokers. That's what you have to do to get this program. You can potentially get a paper trading account, but I don't know if it's going to have live data. On the bottom here is the volume chart I have up, obviously. Underneath, I have a couple of different technical indicators for the short term. MACD, RSI. You guys can learn more about it through other videos and stuff. On the top left, I got the options chain going. If you guys watch my videos, you guys already know what this is. Underneath the options chain, I got the time and sales. So if you guys don't know, yeah, I'll turn on the music. Thank you. So underneath that, I have the time and sales. The time and sales is pretty much where stuff gets printed, right? So if a transaction happens, doesn't matter if it's on the NASDAQ, New York Stock Exchange, Amex, it gets printed on the time and sales, right? So this is a live time and sales, and the starting from the bottom is the most recent, okay? So when you see a big order come in, and what I'm looking for here is like fat orders coming through. So if I see, like, let's wait for one. There, I just saw a huge block of hundreds there. So let's say that's 1,000. So they're all come in increments of 100. So if it says 1,000, it's actually 100,000 shares that were sold. Okay. So what you want to look for here is like big, essentially really big orders and flows coming in, and just like prints of really large red blocks or really large green blocks. Green blocks essentially mean someone's buying closer to the ask. Red means someone's buying closer to the bid, right? So if someone's dumping shares and they want to get rid of them, they want to get filled, what are they going to do? They're going to dump them closer to the bid than they would the ask. That's when the red shows up. The white means they're split in the middle. Green means increased buying pressure, right? So if someone like the S&P index funds are coming in and they're buying stuff and they're buying on the ask because they want to get filled, right? They got a lot of shares to come in. They're going to want to buy on the ask, and that's going to come up as green. So what you're looking for here is like a large amount of orders or like continual orders coming in on the ask, on the bid, just heavy flow there. Underneath is my level 2. So if you guys know level 2, it's the second derivative to time and sales. So it's essentially where, yeah, and Parag, you're not gonna be able to go back. I don't have DVR on, but you'll be able to watch it back later. But I want to keep it live. Like, I don't want someone showing up on the stream and then pressing pause and then coming back and then all the data is delayed and they missed it. So I want to keep it live. Level 2. So what you'll see here is on level 2, orders that are on the market but haven't been fulfilled yet. So if you see on the left-hand side, these are the bids. On the right-hand side, these are the ask. So when someone says, oh, there's a big wall, 60 million shares, wow, that's crazy. When someone says, oh, there's a big wall at 680, what they're doing is they're scrolling down on the level 2 here, and they're coming down and they're checking out, and I'll do it here for you guys, right there. Like, they're seeing where there's a huge volume. So right now, as it kind of stands, let me scroll a little bit more down. At 680 or slightly below, there's 168 lot order. So that means that there's 17,000 shares to be sold there. The fat block is at 680, so you'll see 982 lot order. So that's about 100,000 shares to be sold at that price. So when someone says, hey, like, we're gonna have a tough time breaking through 680, what they're trying to get ahead for is looking at the level 2. Okay. Now, one thing to keep in mind here, there's a lot of spoofs that happen. And what are spoofs? Spoofs are where algorithms or hedge funds, or it's usually algorithms, a person is not really going to be spoofing that much. But what they'll do is they'll put fake orders in, like, to make it look like there's a lot of resistance at $1 or $2 higher, or they'll put fake buy orders in a couple of dollars lower than where it is to make it look like there's more of a foundation. And they can actually program algorithms that basically they start signaling to other algorithms like, oh, there's a brick wall coming up, let's start selling off. And their whole goal is to spoof other people and other algorithms out of the market to make a short-term move up or down. Spoofing is illegal. The only couple of times I've heard about someone actually getting charged by the SEC is actually an institutional investor. Yeah, so basically market manipulation. Yeah, technically it's illegal, but like anyone that's in the market knows like this happens all the time, and yet all these hedge funds and all these algos never get charged with anything. But okay, so 700 or what? What are my thoughts? So I'm quite happy with Tesla sitting around 675 for the time, because towards the end of the day, okay, this is a big volume candle coming in again here. But I'm happy with Tesla sitting around 675 because I think that will probably have a push up towards 700 by the end of the day. I don't know that for a fact, but it's looking like Tesla's holding up pretty strong here. Uh, if I had to hazard a guess, I would say the index funds probably haven't even accumulated a quarter of their shares that they need to yet. I don't think so. Appreciate it, Bella. Um, awesome. Hopefully the chat comes up on the screen. 216 viewers. Love it. Love it. So what are you guys sitting on for today? What do you guys have options? 2,200 shares CM at 100. Wow. Jesus. Nice job, man. CM. Crazy. When it pulled back. Very smart. Very smart. Volume. I think the volume, someone said, what is volume? Someone want to tell me? I don't have my volume chart up here with the total. I think it's probably over 60 million at this point. Any suggestion for 150K trade now? I can't tell you what to do. I mean, will we see a pullback? Like, we probably are going to see a consolidation, a little bit of a pullback in the next 10 or 15 minutes, but it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, 11 o'clock is about to hit, right? So on the full hour, if you guys don't know, a lot of algorithms are programmed to start on the hour. So power hour, for example, is the last hour of trading, right? And that's usually when a move up or down happens. So 60.3 million. Thanks, Rodney. Hence 50. Someone saying 57. Maybe it's around 60 now. Yeah, exactly. Bodessa forever. Yeah, shouldn't volume be higher, right? Exactly. Like if we know the index fund buyers have to buy themselves, they have to accumulate 130 million shares. We're at 60 million. And remember, volume does not mean someone accumulated that many shares. If you and I traded 10 shares of Tesla and we did that 3 or 4 times today between hands, like that's already 40 or 50 shares traded between us. So it's not like we're accumulating stuff. Could we see 800? That's what everyone wants to know, huh? It wouldn't surprise me in the last 5 minutes for there to be like a mega squeeze towards the close. The problem you're going to have is if you're trading, you need to be like ready to go if you want to capture those profits. I heard an interview today with Howard Silverblatt on Yahoo Finance. He's the like S&P global guy, right? And he said if there's any remaining market imbalance, it'll sort itself on Monday, is what he said. So that leads me to believe if he said that, then we're probably not going to see a lot of after hours trading by these index funds. Like they probably don't even come close with the liquidity. Yeah. So Liam, so tracking funds, actually, Gary Black said this on Twitter the other day, like they can't use, index funds can't use dark pools. He said hedge funds can. So take that with he definitely knows more than me. So one call at 700 expiry on next week for 11:36, says Marco. What is that sitting at now? Like that's probably sitting pretty. Like the 700s right now are $5. So you definitely have more than a 50% implied volatility there. No one understands that. It's such a good point, though. We could trade shares back and forth 100 times the same share. Yeah, exactly. So the fact that volume doesn't mean it shares accumulated. Like I'd be surprised. And Frank Pauline on Twitter, if you guys don't follow him, I asked him, hey, like out of volume, what's a good percentage to assume someone could be acquiring shares? And I think he said in the order of magnitude of 10 to 25% would be a good kind of guess on the wall. So look at this fat dump, right? Look at this fat dump. So someone just dumped a ton of shares over 200 about 200,000 shares in the last minute on the last minute candle. But if you look at this right here, did we not see that same thing happen? That same candle happened right there and it was bought right back. So wouldn't surprise me if this got bought right back right away here. Right? So 672. It looks like 670 has good support though. Like 670, anytime it was hit down here, and there's a moving average down here now as well. I think this is the 50 day. I think 670 has good support at the moment, but we'll see. So here's a retest of 670 right here. Bought right back. 670, 672 right here. So So check it out. There's a lot of people on the time and sales. If you look at the time and sales, a lot of people are buying on these dips. So here's a retest again. Let's see. Look at those two volume bars. This is probably hedge funds that have been front running, right? These are probably hedge funds that have been front running. They're dumping their shares, which is fine because we want, like, if we want to squeeze for the end of the day, we want them to be dumping shares periodically through the day. So when it comes to market on close, there's no liquidity. And when there's no liquidity, that'll drive the price up. That'll drive the price up, then perhaps there'll be more liquidity until the point where it'll keep going up and up and up. Like, think about it this way. The market is ideally perfect, right? So on close, if there's a $30 million a 30 million share imbalance, maybe the stock price goes to $720 and there's a $10 million or 10 million share imbalance. Maybe then it has to increase to 750 for that to be filled, for that gap to be filled, right? Okay, so here's the test of 670. Let's see if it holds. 670 would be a good test because you'll see that there's a moving average sitting right here. So there's probably a good amount of demand there of people wanting to buy it at that bottom. So let's see if this 670 holds. I'd say it probably does, but it'd be interesting to see how demand shapes up for today. Yeah, I mean, do I think it'll go up next week? I think throughout next week we probably have a good chance of running, but will your call option be positive next week? Like, don't know, because remember, calls and puts and options, like, they have a lot of different factors. Theta, right? Gamma, how close is it to expiration? Like, how close is it to at the money? Whether or not your calls pay out, I don't know. But if you're holding shares, I mean, depending on what happens in the next half an hour, an hour here, like, I would say we probably see a good amount of just running here. Let's see. Awesome. Make sure to hit that subscribe button as well if you guys aren't subscribed. I know I don't like harping on that too much, but would love to. I'm so appreciative of you guys, like, tuning in and watching this stuff. Like, makes me happy because this is the stuff that I love doing. I love talking about the market, Tesla especially, the news coming up. Like, this is what I live for. So I really appreciate you guys coming in. Thanks, Gentry. Appreciate you. Yeah. So Ivan, am I closing on my call options tonight? I don't. I'm planning on perhaps one, right? One. I don't know. Like, I have, just so you guys know, I have a couple of March calls, and the spread is so wide. Was it why your volume bar can decrease? I don't know what that means. So by the way, let me know if my sound's okay. It should be good. Thanks for subscribing, guys. Appreciate you guys. Thanks, VJ. Thanks for Rodney, one of my first subscribers. Appreciate you. I have a couple March calls, and like the bid and ask is like it's like super. Let me just read it out. What is it right now? It's $117 by $119. So I have about a $200 spread difference in my calls. I have two of them. Oh, volume keeps going up. Gotcha. Tesla volume. Yeah. So I have about a $200 difference in spread. Like, am I gonna close it? I have an order set in like really high. I have it set for 200. I don't ever think it's gonna get there. But one of the strategies I do is, like, when I'm looking to close out potentially something, I set it to like an extraordinary high amount, and then I can adjust it as the day goes on. One of the problems I'm gonna have though today is, like, I can't trade really fast because I'm live streaming, and the program that you guys are seeing is like where I do all of my trading. So if I sign in on my phone, it's going to disconnect this. So I probably am not going to sell it. Also, another thing is I'm thinking about what are the odds for a price dump last minute. Oliver, it definitely can happen, but like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, my gut says probably not, but we'll see. But also the thing is, like, I don't want to pay short-term capital gains on these. Like, if I sell one of them now, then I got to pay tax in this fiscal year on that. If I wait till January, then potentially I can offload that tax burden a little bit and then, run for it for the next year. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm sacrificing I'm honestly not, I've just settled. Like, I'm not trading. I can't trade today because Like I just want to, whenever I use my computer in a live stream, like it just tears apart everything. So I just decided no trading. I'm hodling today. I bought a square leap a couple of days ago for January 2021. Sitting on that. I bought that earlier this week, and I know I'm not selling those. I bought some CRISPR Therapeutics, and I bought some Open Door stock, and I'm just gonna kind of leave it at that. Yeah, you should trade for me. Honestly, guys, if Tesla squeezes up to like let's say $800 all of a sudden, like I'm hopping out. Like I don't care how slow my computer is gonna get. I'm gonna cancel my live stream window. I'm gonna be quiet for a couple minutes if that happens. But I don't foresee an $800 coming. But I mean, crazier things have happened, right? Like so. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Hey, if $800 happens today, like you guys can forgive me for a second to like hop off, right? Like, I think we'll all be probably a little bit preoccupied if that happens. What's the maximum value that I see happening today? Uh seven, like mid, like upper sevens, like 715, 720 maybe. Um, that being said, if Gary Black is right, that being said, if Gary Black is right, we're gonna see a dump at the end of the day. So I guess we'll find out today who was right about this, about the supply. Because I think one thing to keep in mind is like a lot of these hedge funds are gonna now be adding in to Tesla investment. Like they want to actually start buying Tesla. Like there's some hedge funds probably that are so conservative that they probably have a rule like, hey, we don't buy any stock unless it's in the S&P 500. There's got to be some funds like that. And like it's getting added. So like today that rule kind of is null and void. Actually, technically Monday, right? So $800 Monday. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Let's $800. 700 calls are $5 now. Yeah, I mean the 700 calls are interesting. Those started at the day at a dollar and something, right? Um, if we see a spike up to 700, those calls would be close to, let's say, 14, $13. So yeah, you have a good ROI there. One of the general rules you want to do is okay, if you're options trading and you're buying short-term options, one thing to look at is you want to at least kind of a 3-to-1 reward, a risk to reward. If you're putting in $5 into a short-term call that's expiring, you want to find a way that there's at least that thing can at least turn to $15. Not that it's going to happen, but at least that there's a path to it. If you do the math and there's no way you can get a 3-to-1 with short-term options, the risk to reward, in my opinion, is not right. That doesn't apply to leaps so much, but short-term stuff is kind of what I look at there. So look at this volume bar coming in. Look at this volume bar. My Thinkorswim all day has just been, I don't know if it's been crazy for everyone, but like look at this wick. Like look at that wick. It's just like right on the left side of my graph. Like I don't know if those were orders that were just bid up and then sold really fast into dark pools, and that's what that wick was showing. But either my trader workstation today is crazy, or just it's just a crazy market day, which I think it might be. What do you guys think? Do you guys think we could get over? What's the possibility that you guys can think we can get over 750? Like, is that possible today, or is that kind of crazy to think about? 750 would mean $80 move from right now, which pre-split is about a $400 move. No way 750. Yeah, it's crazy, right? It's crazy. Yeah, I think 700. That's kind of what I'm thinking at right now. Is like I think 700 is possible. Um, let's see here. Keep on getting messages. Okay, 800 will try. Yeah, there'll be a lot of sellers. Like, what price would you need? Okay, so everyone's saying 720, 715. Mason's thinking 750 is possible. Yeah, Monday. So who thinks Monday's a bloodbath? I don't necessarily agree that Monday's a bloodbath, but I could be wrong. I think if people are going to sell, they're not going to want to wait for the weekend. If they're going to sell, they're going to sell today, and they probably already have. Monday, six. I think going down to 650, 700. Not being greedy. Yeah, greed will kill you in this game. Hey, Monday could just gonna. I'd be happy with the sideways Monday. Monday 10%. If you guys are pricing in a 10% drop on Monday, like that's awesome, because I think it's good not to be ultra bullish and blindly bullish on stuff. If you guys are happy with the 10% fall on Monday, you guys are still holding, like that's great. Not selling to 1100 depends on how much indexing happens if no balance. Exactly. Yeah, Mason, you're right. So we're gonna find out if there's any imbalance. Again, Howard Silverblatt, the guy that runs the S&P Global, said if there's any imbalance, it's going to be sorted out Monday. So, like, isn't it crazy that if Tesla hits 700, that's $3,500 pre-split? Like, 3,500. I'm not sure when you guys started watching Tesla, but if you told me that Tesla was going to be $3,500 by the end of the year, it's just nuts, just nuts. And here's the most craziest part of it: you can actually justify the value of Tesla. Hopefully, after this quarter, it's a lot easier. Really crazy, right? Right? Yeah, it's risky. So exactly, like so Karthik, like if you think it's risky to hold over the weekend, and we have retail money, think about institutions. They're really not gonna want to hold positions over the weekend. So that's why I'm thinking if the move happens today, it's today. They're not gonna wait till Monday to make a move. If anything, and there's stuff over on Monday, I think it's a buy imbalance. Yeah, I laughed at Kathy Wood as well. Actually, it's funny. I'll tell you guys a story. Like my dad is the person who got me into Tesla. He's an ultra Tesla bull. Talks about Tesla all the time, and like sometimes you just like debating with your dad just because you want to push his buttons and see where it goes. I was a Tesla bear for a while. Like I looked at the balance sheet; they had no money. Economically, I just listened to the headlines, right? The CNBC Gordon Johnson. Well, not really Gordon Johnson, but I listened to Kathy Wood when my dad showed me an interview by her on CNBC, and I remember just thinking like this is a long time ago, but I remember just thinking like she's nuts. Like what is she talking about? And then, do you guys remember this January when we had that initial spike to $1,000 pre-split? That got my eyes open a little bit. I was like, what is happening in here? So when it dipped back down, and I've done all my research, no, I'm not a hater, but I did all my research, and I was like, this is a fundamental game changer, not only in just transportation but also energy. And then I started looking at the balance sheet, and they were starting to be cash flow positive again. Their balance sheet was less of an issue. I started looking into a lot of the FUD, and it was just FUD, right? And I think it's important that you look at every scenario, and you're not just a one-sided person. But I was super happy later, obviously, when I invested, but I was super happy to see Kathy Wood be justified in what she's doing, because I think what she's doing with ARK is a game changer. I hope she doesn't get kicked out or whatever. She was going to get bought out or something, or there's a hostile takeover. I'm not sure if that's still happening, but been watching since 28. 2 billion. Jesus, Joe. After hours, yeah. Like I can trade after hours on Trader Workstation, but let's see what happens. Thanks for subscribing. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Yeah, the volume on my screen is Trader Workstation is like it gets a little bit glitchy sometimes, but it settles. I mean, whatever you're seeing is right. The only one that might be wrong might be the current volume bar. But these are minute candlesticks. So every volume that you see, like every minute, like this one is 175,000 shares being dumped here. You're long, nice. Appreciate you, Warren. ARK options, yeah, ARK. At first I was like, I'll just trade what ARK trades, right? And after a certain while, I was like, you know what? Like these guys are managing stuff that I don't even know about. Like why? Like it doesn't make any sense not to invest in them. Let's see here. Appreciate you guys. So what about a put by closing? I mean, you definitely can. Like, let's look at the puts. The 660 puts going for $10 or $9. Um, if the stock moves $20, you're gonna double your money on the downside. It's possible, but when was the last time the stock moved uh, below 670? Like, I'd have to see a break of 670 for me to want to go short. Even then, I don't want to play that game with Tesla because like you're only kind of screwing yourself because you know that all this buying is going to come in eventually. So it's kind of the wrong side to play, in my opinion. Let's see here. Are you shorting any companies in the S&P? No, I don't. I don't really short. Like, I don't know. Like Nikola was. I bought a put for Nikola. I remember back in the day, but I'd really have to see something egregious for me to want to be negative on a company. Like, I don't know. That's just me. I'm a long biased investor. Do you guys listen to what might happen after hours? After hours, I don't think the S&P will buy stuff. Hey, Portuguese investor. Welcome, Johnny. I don't see the S&P probably buying too much after hours because there's no liquidity unless they have some sort of prearranged liquidity event. But I don't really see that happening. I see them. What Howard said today was Mondays when it's going to bounce up. All right, we're pushing forward 670. We're testing 674 here. Interactive Brokers is by far the best trading platform for options. Tasty Trade's not bad. Comes second, I'd say. I can't use Tasty Trade because I'm Canadian. So 674 test. Let's see if 674 can break here. What you're watching for is the bottom of this time in sales chart, by the way. So 673.92, 87, 88. Like, that's what I'm looking at right there. Here's the test. 96, 90. Let's see if 674 can break. There's a good amount of resistance, right? Like, you can see there's a 10 lot order, but that's not too high. I'm not too worried about that. It's about the demand of the buying pressure here. So let's see. It looks like 674 is a tough one to break here, but let's see. So you guys see on the bottom there, there's the 13 lot order right here at 674. There we go. Just broke through. You see that? Okay, so let's see how high it can go now. That was a good resistance point. Broke it. Yeah, Liam, I'm Canadian. Honestly, I used to use TD Thinkorswim, but who wants to pay $10 per trade on that? Like, I just stopped. So I pay like 80 cents per contract or something crazy low, and no flat fee with Interactive Brokers. Let's see here, Blessed. Broke it. Yeah, pre-market high is 674. That's probably why we had some resistance. Yeah. Hey, Moto Pythons, Vancouverite. Me as well. Toronto. Welcome, Jay. Appreciate you tuning in. Can the balance out pre-market on Monday or when market opens? I believe it'd be when market opens. When market opens. Hey, Vancouver in the house. Do you trade options in your TSFA? I do not. No. So TSFAs are like 401ks for Americans, I believe. You cannot trade TSFA. You can't trade options in TSFA if it's like short-term trading because it's considered income. I mean, you can trade it, but you're probably gonna get taxed on it. So, clarification. I still go with hey, go Canucks. Can't wait. I still think Trader Workstation is one of the best platforms out there if you're deep into options and investing. If you're like a prosumer, I would say go with like Thinkorswim. I do love Thinkorswim's platform. I just wish they had lower fees. Hey, Van City, Montreal, Toronto. TSFA is like Roth RIs. Okay, RSP is like the 401k. Gotcha. Okay, thanks, Ordinary Investor. Appreciate that. Is it risky to sell calls? Yes. It's 100% risky, Kayung, to sell calls, not only because of S&P inclusion right now, but because it's Friday. So if you're selling calls that are expiring today and all of a sudden your program cancels on you, or your internet connection cuts out, or God forbid, like last week, Interactive Brokers is down for a whole day, then you're naked short on a call, and you're gonna have to cover on that. So it's 100% risky. Hey, Faraz, welcome, man. Appreciate you coming in. Yeah, try to be as kind of unbiased as possible. So let's see six. Let's see this break of six. The next kind of resistance point. Let's see are the tops of these candlesticks up here. So let's call it. Let's be safe and just call it 677. 677 is kind of the next point I'm looking for. But look, there's another drop, but pretty low volume. Or here's the volume coming in. So hedge funds are, these people that have been front running have been selling off periodically. I'm happy to see this. Like I want to see sell-offs come in throughout the day. I don't want to see a big sell-off at the end of the day. I'd rather see the majority of the sell-off happening like intraday. Welcome. Exactly. Yeah. So Vijay, like the reason why other SP stocks are down is because of rebalancing. Yeah. Like S&P. I think a good play for next week is going long on beta names like Amazon, Apple, like these names that have been sold off for the last couple of months. Like to go long in them, they're finally setting up right. Stimulus might happen. I think it's a good choice. Do I live stream Tesla often? I mean, I can if you guys are down with it. Depending on if I'm busy or not. But yeah, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. I'll if anything ever happens, I'll let you guys know. Squeeze at the end of the day. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, Wayne. So Thinkorswim, like no fees on stuff, right? But that's only for Americans. Like for Canadians, they kept their fee structure, and I was so pissed. Like I was like, man, like why can't Canadians get a break? So, yeah. Yeah, hopefully you guys like the graph and the layout I kind of set outside. I did like a dry run of this last night, and I like set up purposely like everything that we'd want to kind of watch for today, like time and sales and orders, level 2, option chain, and kind of the graph for everyone. I wish Amazon would split. Man, if Amazon splits, like can you imagine how much that stock runs? But I think part of me, I think Jeff Bezos has too much ego to split the stock. He doesn't. Do you guys remember like Priceline.com? Like, not sure if you guys trade much on that or did, but it was like a mega expensive stock, and it was kind of like a niche stock, I think. And I think Jeff Bezos kind of wants that kind of air of ego around his stock. So I mean, probably not. But if it splits, man, Canadians always get screwed. Rodney, do you think us retail traders have changed the games with Tesla, or we're just playing the market makers game? I'd probably say the latter. I would say like retail investors have opened up the eyes of these funds to research and consumer demand, because remember the entire point of hedge funds and market makers and stuff is to foresee movements that are about to happen, right? And what retail investors did is in my opinion, I think they opened up the eyes of a lot of these funds to why Tesla is successful and why they will be. Kind of the same way like where consumers drive everything at the end of the day. But in terms of the price appreciation in Tesla, I don't think it's because of retail investors like us that have driven the price up. This is like big money, right? This is big money. Welcome, Marco. Thanks for subscribing and liking. Appreciate you a lot. Great layout. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I didn't want to put too much. Like I don't, I think there's not a lot of value to like half of the cool tools that Trader Workstation has, but hopefully this keeps it pretty easy. Are you long any shares or ordinary investor? I sold off all my shares. I predominantly only do invest options when I trade, or do leaps when I'm doing longer term. But yeah, I was long like 10 or 15 shares for a couple of weeks there, but I sold them off. I just like, I don't know. I have like 90% of my portfolio in options and then 10% cash. So, what else? Great layoffs. Fidelity's in Canada. No, no, I don't think so, Vivian. Not to my knowledge. I could be wrong, but no. Can you see where the buy calls are coming in? Like how many? Yeah, I have to go on Flow Algo. I'm not subscribed to that, but I can check my Twitter. I'll keep you updated. SPACs, any SPACs? Not really. I mean, SPACs are interesting. Like they're a heck of a bubble, right? But I did buy IPOB, Open Door. Yeah. Funds will research Tesla and the fact that retail investors have done such an amazing job with research, like Gally with Hyperchange, right? Rob Maurer with Tesla Daily, Matt on Twitter, I forget his last name. He has a YouTube channel as well. Like, shout out those guys. Like, those guys have opened the eyes for retail investors for stuff like this. See here. Take on Amazon. Amazon, I don't. Where is Amazon right now? What is it at? Let me check. I think if you're gonna play Amazon, it's a next week go. If you have 50 shares Tesla, how do you hedge? If you want to hedge, like if you're 50 long, like maybe puts are so damn expensive. I don't think that's the way to go. Maybe sell a call, but I don't think you're fully covered there. So you might be naked on half of that, on half of those deltas. So it's tough. Maybe I wouldn't play the downside right now. I wouldn't. I would only play the downside to theta. Like the only thing I know that's going to happen after today is implied volatility is going to crush. That's like, how do you hedge that? Like somewhere around that. So maybe selling something, but make sure that you don't open yourself up to unlimited losses with that as well. If you had 100 shares, I could say sell a call and you'll be fine. Worst case, your shares get taken away at that price. But yeah, Bella, sideways movement is making me happy as well. Yeah, I agree. Can you see bid orders that are set? No, so the bid orders and the crossing price, those are going to be published by the NASDAQ, and you have to subscribe to like market on close services. I follow someone on Twitter that posts that every now and then, but I'll see if he's going to post it today and I'll read it out. Would you be willing to do small group trading for free? I mean, I'll consider it. I mean, I haven't really thought about it, Trung. I mean, maybe shoot me a message or something, but there's a Patreon link in the description if you guys want to buy me a cup of coffee. I don't have a bunch of tiers. Like, it's just like a $3 coffee donation. So not obliged to do that at all. Where do you live in Canada? Just hold your 50 shares. Yeah, you can hold your 50 shares. I think, like, since implied volatility is high, it's tempting to want to sell premium, but you're going to, like, maybe selling a put might be a good idea if you're wanting to buy into Tesla at a certain price, but it's tough. Thoughts on VIX considering Russia news hack? What is VIX right now? Let's see here. What is VIX at? I don't want to change my software, so I'm checking on my phone instead. Every time I move something on this thing, like, my computer is about to crash. VIX is at 23 bucks. It's not that high. Yeah, we had an increase. Yeah. It's okay. I mean, what effect does it have on Tesla? Probably not a lot. All right. Looking for that 670. What do we say? 676, right? So 675 is about to break right now. Let's see if it can break. Let's see if that can break through. All right. Just testing out my alerts. Don't know why my alerts don't work, but all good. I wanted to put up like alerts on the stream as people subscribe, but for some reason that doesn't work. All right, so let's see if 676 can break. I'm looking bullish on this right now. Like, RSI is up, MACD's towards the middle. Let's see if there's a lot of selling demand at 676. Remember, that's where we've gotten rejected a couple of times up here. So that's what I'd want to see a break of. Let's see it again. Where can I'm in Vancouver. I think IV will crash. I mean, IV is going to crash for these week's calls. They're going to have to crash by close today. Like, anything out the money today is going to be zero for this week. But if you're holding calls, it depends when you're holding calls for. If you're holding calls, obviously, for next week, maybe they'll crash on Monday a little bit more. But all right, let's see. Some selling pressure down, some red lots coming in. So let's see if 675 can hold here. In general, whole numbers are going to have more significance because a lot of people just have orders in at the whole, like 670, 675, 680. On the five is less so, but on the whole numbers, on the zeros for sure. All right, so here's the spike up. All right, let's see 676 push. Let's go. Let's go. Do I think puts next week will print? Not if you buy them right now, I think. But oh, here it is. Here it is. All right, let's see the break. 676. If we can break the top of these wicks, we can be in our next leg up. So 676.50, but let's see a 676 break first. Let's do it. How are you guys' positions looking right now? Let's go. Oh, there it is. All right, let's go. So green. So, oh, there was did you guys see that? I'm not going to go back, but there was a 3,900 lot order on the buy. So 3,900 multiplied by 100 more is 390,000 shares bought right there. So let's see. Here it is. There's the break. All right. So, wait. Okay. So there's 30 lot orders still sitting at 676 on the level 2 right here. Man, I wish I could show my mouse. Just look on the ask side in the level 2. There's a 30, or it's on the bottom of it. There's a 20 lot order sitting there. So huge dump, but I think we retest it. Let's see. 130 shares at 417. Nice, nice. Shares sitting happy. Yeah, I mean, an amazing thing with shares, as you guys know, is there's no stress. Like, I don't feel stressed when I own shares. Well, it is what it is. Like, you know, shares are options that never expire. When you have options, like, you'll know, like, the move can happen, but you can still be at a break even, and you're like, what the hell happened? It's just all the theta bird. All right, 676 break retest. Let's see. That was awesome. By that, there was a dump, and then it got bought right back. Super bullish. Let's see. RSI still looking good. MACD's a little bit high, but let's see. Sold some at 6. Oh, did you get filled at 682? Nice. It's a lot of 100 shares. Yeah, it's 100 shares. So that wall of, it's not really a big wall. There's a 30 lot order at 676 sitting. 29. You see how it's gonna decrease now? Just got filled. We broke through that right there. There it is. Printing over 676. Let's see if we get a dump or if we just hold. Oh yeah, we're holding. So look at the time and sales coming in. Big orders coming in now. That was a pretty big size sell order, but let's see if it's getting bought back up. Remember what you're looking for. Oops. What you're looking for is on the time and sales, like big outliers. Like you're looking for like that 1,000 lot order, or like maybe today is 10,000 lot orders coming in. 676 break. There it is. All right. So let's see if we can hold this. If we can hold this, we're in our next leg. But remember, these guys have wicked up before and they've come back down. So we want to see a hold into 677. And then let's see. We don't know, Ajay, what percentage of Tesla indexes have failed. Like, they don't fail us in intraday. What's your thoughts on exercising versus closing trade if you're in the money? Depends on if you have the capital. I mean, I've never exercised a call option for any beta names because I only trade beta names. I've never done it. But if you bought it, like if you bought a leap and all of a sudden you're in the money by like $200 6 months later or something, maybe it's worth your while and you're like, hey, I just want to pony up. I want to sit on the shares. But if you're a trader, you probably don't want that. All right, you see that? You see how 676 was tough there for us? Let's see what happens here at a 676 level. But it makes sense, right? Like 676 has shown resistance before. So let's see. Let's see what happens. 676 is pretty much holding though right now, which is good. Will it break 700? Let's see you. Awesome, Michael. Yeah, you haven't seen the level 2 before. Level 2s are good. I mean, take it with a grain of salt because, again, there's a lot of shenanigans going on, but it's good to have these kind of tools in your back pocket. Okay, massive orders coming in. And they're splitting it. Let's see, a bunch of red orders. All right, big dump of shares there. Maybe we're going to go down, test 675 again. Nope, buying pressure came back in. This is awesome. So we're seeing a consolidation at 676 again for potentially another leg up. Let's see. Super awesome. It looks like we got some consolidation here. And the fact that, like, look at this candle, look at this wick right here, like the one second to last. You can see it dipped all the way down to 675 and then got bought back right back up. So super bullish. Let's see. I'm periodically trying to just check my account, see how it's going. Yeah, this is fun. Hope you guys are having fun. Glenn, enjoyed your videos last few days. Subscribe. Did you see Tesla Daily yesterday? Seems like all action is going to be. Yeah, I know. Welcome. Yeah, thanks for joining us, Glenn. Yeah, this is why I'm here. Like, this is why I'm so excited. Generally speaking, market on close orders are really boring. Like, you just get a tweet and it's like $500 million or to sell or to buy. Like, that's all the alert is. I wasn't aware that you could actually get market on close order info for equity, like a specific equity. I'm still not sure if we can, but like it could be possible that we just get a market on close amount for like the general market, and we can like deduce from that like this is probably the same trend that Tesla's on. Why the indexes wait? Good question. Indexers are waiting because like they don't care to buy cheap. They want to buy at the exact price it's going to close at. So for them, they don't care about buying and making a profit today. They want whatever Tesla closes at today. Let's say if it closes at $700, they want their entire position to be as close to $700 as possible. So by waiting, they increase the chances of less tracking error. This is the Tesla Super Bowl, 100%. 100%. What's the general sentiment? I am bullish on this. Let's see what's going to happen here, but let's see if we can get a push. Power hour is coming up, so power hour is going to bring with it a lot of volatility. So yeah, that much volume late in the day, 100%. Like this is why it's such an unprecedented event, right? Is like we haven't seen this much volume on something at the end of the day, so that's why everyone's here. But yeah, I mean, technically speaking, that's what we're gonna be. That's what we're gonna see. So yeah, it's not logical, but again, remember these index fund buyers have told everyone a month in advance what's gonna happen. They know today's quadruple witching day. These guys have their books in order if they're gonna do it today. Like they're not just gonna think, okay, here's a big sell order coming. Let's see if this gets bought right back up or not. Let's see how strong it is. So we tested 670, 350, close to that. And let's see if this gets bought right back up. Looks like it is. Looks like there's a lot. There's another dump, mini dump there. It's 54, 55. I'm looking at the last number here on the bottom, and then looking at the size as well. So when you see something with big size come in, or a lot of blocks come in with big size, those are big funds buying or selling. All right. Maybe in the last 20 minutes before power hour, maybe we see a last minute kind of dump from anyone front running that didn't want to risk their exposure for the last hour. But I'm happy. Like, I don't know, like I'm happy with 674-ish. Like this is a great price to be sitting at. We're up almost 3% for the day. 3% for the day. Obviously we want that squeeze, so let's see what happens. Thanks for subscribing, Mike. Ram, thanks for watching. Would a large market on close order increase price after hours? Unprecedented. I don't know. I mean, I would say I'd imagine so. I mean, there could be a lot of people selling after hours. Like, the reason why after hours sucks is because after hours has no volume. Like, the liquidity is so little, so it's easy for people to move the stock price. So, but this after hours might be totally different. Totally different. Let's see here. Yeah, every 20 minutes. Ivan, you're thinking every 20 and 40 minutes on the dot they're dumping. Yeah, it could be an algo. In general, I really like the consolidation that's happening here. Like, what was our low for the day? Anyone remember what the low was for today? It was like 60 something. Thank you, Kark. Appreciate you. Gentry, what do you make of the VW infinite squeeze? Do you think Tesla could do something like that? I did hear about that. But that was Wasn't that because that was a short squeeze? I think that was because there was a lot of short interest on Volkswagen, and I think the conditions were a little bit different. Low is 651, yeah. So if the low is 651 for the day, and we're sitting at 675, like we're blessed. So yeah, Volkswagen had an infinite squeeze for those, and I'm not too familiar with it, but I know it was due to short sellers and a large portion of them having to cover right away. I think that the dynamics of this one is a little bit different, but I mean to be determined, right? Like what's going to happen? Let's see here. All right. Thought you couldn't trade options after. Yeah, and you can't. I was talking about trading shares after hours. Um, well, any orders in the 5 minute closing cross got filled? I don't know. I mean, that's the $80 billion question. Is like if these guys can't get filled, will the price skyrocket? All right, so mini test down to 673. Let's see if buying pressure comes back. And 673 test. Indeed, it looks like buying pressure is coming back. 673.07, 10, 5. All right, a little bit below 673, but we're back up. It looks like in general, like I don't think index fund buyers are buying yet. Like, because just look at the size of these orders. The size of the orders aren't that big. Like when the index fund buyers are buying, we're going to see 1,000 lot orders minimum, right? 1,000 lot orders would get us to 100,000 shares each, or blocks of it, where it's like 100. There's like 10 of them, but like I mean, I see 100 here, 10, 20. The stuff on the tape right now doesn't look like index funds are buying at this moment right now. Remember deviation risk, right? So I mean, 15 minutes till power hour. We'll see if the remaining hedge funds that are sitting on front run shares are just going to be like, let's just cut our losses. Sorry, let's just book our profits. There's no losses happening with these guys. Let's just book our profits and call it a day. We could see that happening. Harshly, I'm pretty sure they haven't bought in yet. If they bought in now and the stock goes up $50 in the next hour, their tracking error is nuts. So I really don't think they've bought in yet, in my opinion. Right on. Whiz guy, yeah. Play guitar and trade. Perfect. Yeah, when I'm not working, when I don't have meetings or I don't have appointments and stuff like this is what I want to be doing. I'm on Twitter all day. Let's check Twitter. What's happening? Um, let's check Twitter. Vivian, you tweeted me. Did ya? Let's see here. Michael Laos followed me. Didn't get your tweet yet, but maybe it's coming. Let's look at this. If I buy a put or sell at 357, there's a chance I won't get. You might not get filled, Jim, because it'll be so volatile in the last couple minutes. Like, who knows what's going to happen. Our index funds doing a market on close order will be able to see any of the action in the UI. You'll still be able to see it. Like when it hits the tape, Rob said from Tesla Daily, he said they have 90 seconds or something, or 2 minutes. Well, I forget what he said, how many minutes, but they have like a certain amount of time that they have to publish it by, and that's for dark pools. So the index fund buyers are buying it on the open market. So their stuff should show up on the tape. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Vivian. Appreciate you. Are you sure that? Oh, there's my Tesla graph reloading. Let's see what happens. Give it a minute. My trader workstation is like lagged out. All right. So 673 is holding pretty well, hey? Let's see if I just jinxed it though. There's a lot of consolidation that's happened around here though. So like if you look at where my line is, that's a pretty good foundation base for it. There's been a lot of people that have bought in there. A lot of people that have sold there as well, but in general, a lot of people have bought there. So it's a good foundation for the stock in the short term. But 13 minutes. If I had to guess, Jay, do you guys have this much fun every quad witch day? No, just Tesla day. Just Tesla. I mean, quad witch day in general is like a boring thing for most people. Like, who cares if like there's a lot of volume in a stock? But today's Tesla Super Bowl, as Vivian puts it. So, yeah, Craig, that's a good way to go about it. Is to put. Craig says I've placed limit on close orders to sell at 720, 750, 790. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. 10 seconds to put it on the tape. Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Michael. Will we be able to see the imbalance? I think on Twitter we'll be able to. I don't think we'll be able to anywhere else. I don't think it's going to be showing up on the level 2. But on Twitter, because the way that they route their orders for market on close is a little bit different. They send those orders straight to the NASDAQ. So the NASDAQ gets it, and then from there the NASDAQ tries to pair up people, right? So Elon should make today a holiday. Yeah, I mean, what's funny I found out is Tesla employees have a share lockdown or share blackout right now. They can't trade their shares until 4 days after earnings coming out. But apparently that happens every quarter. So I got excited for no reason last night. What time will the stock close? So every day at 1. So we have an hour and 11 minutes here. I'm refreshing my Twitter. Don't worry, guys. I'm trying to check if we know if there's an imbalance. But my guess is we're not going to see that until like half an hour at the minimum before close. We got some last night I went on YouTube and I searched up copyright free Christmas music, and it was probably the most boring music I've found, but it's copyright free and I need some music, and I love Christmas. I'm super sad that we can't have family over this year, but just posted it. I have an hour to, yeah. 676, remember 676.50 has been our resistance point, so that's what we're looking at. The next one. Yeah, we should tweet hashtags Tesla Super Bowl. Oh, I am gonna tweet. I'm gonna see if that's a thing. Yeah, let's see here. Thanks for subscribing, y'all. Appreciate it. The alerts were supposed to come up every time someone hits subscribe, but can't get those to work for whatever reason. So just know that I appreciate it nonetheless. First Patreon, yeah, Bahadir, appreciate you, man. Thanks for the Patreon support. I saw that last night. I was gonna shoot you a message. Thanks for coming in. Bahadir is my first. Shout out to Bahadir, is my first Patreon subscriber. Buying me a cup of coffee. I appreciate that. I don't have like I said, I don't have a lot of I have one tier, and it's for $3 to buy me a cup of coffee. That's all it is. I do this for the love of what I do. At least right now. Plus, I'm not monetized yet. So, thanks for subscribing, y'all. Got another alerts coming in. I'm gonna try to get this to work. I don't wanna. Can you open Tesla Daily Live? Yeah, I mean, maybe that'd be interesting. Yeah, Discord. So think about, would you guys be down if we open? Like, I know there's like a million Discord channels out there. Like, would it be worthwhile if we started one for like just like Tesla trading? Would you guys do that? Appreciate it, Johnny. Thanks. That's true, Al. Yeah, if I'm not... Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. You guys are down for Discord. You guys would join? As long as, like, you guys don't think there's, like, a million... Like, I'm not big into Discord yet. But as long as you guys think, like, there's, like, a group that we can make, like, I appreciate you guys joining. Like, it looks like a lot of you guys trade Tesla, not just, like, buy and hold for years, but some of you guys you guys care about day-to-day action. All right, big red candle here. Might test 670, which is the, I want to say 200-day simple moving average is what I have up here. But look at that. It's quickly being bought up. Hey, any of these like down ticks? Let's see if this gets bought up here. Again, this is what we knew this was going to happen before Power Hour. A lot of these funds are probably going to liquidate a little bit more of their shares before. Jeremy from Financial Education charges $50 a month. Okay, interesting. If I join your Patreon, will you answer some questions I have? Yeah, sure, absolutely. I need to log on to Patreon a lot more, but yeah, absolutely, I'll answer your questions on that platform. Awesome. Let's see here. Looks like there's a good amount of interest in Discord, so I will keep that in mind. Maybe what I should do is I should create like a pre-list of people that would join. And then that way we can like, no one wants to be part of a Discord that's like 10 people. So what maybe I should do is I should gather a list of all you guys that want to join Discord. We should get a cohort of people together before I launch it. That way from day one, it's already popping and you want to use it, right? Like what I don't like is like these like random chat boards that have like 4 people talking every like day. Like I'd rather have like a better, bigger community. So maybe I should just get a list. Discord is it's like a chat. It's like, how do you describe it? Like it's like a chat service where like it's like a messenger. It's like a messenger room essentially. Voice chat as well. Awesome. Okay. Trong, Rodney, you guys are in? Awesome. Private chat message board. Yeah, I'd be down to do that. Yeah, maybe I should do that. Maybe I'll post in my next video and I'll put it in the description where to sign up for an email list. Maybe I'll make an email list and then I'll shoot out an email as soon as it's up and running, and then that way I know that there'll be some action moving forward. I use it for sim golf all around the world. Great app. Better than StockTwits, 500K small. Yeah. StockTwits is way too huge. Do you guys see that? How these wicks on these candles in the last 2 or 3 minute candles, they all got bought up. You'd love to see that. Love to see this. So we'll find out in the next hour here, guys. Like Power Hour is in 5 minutes. We'll find out if Gary Black was right. If he he thinks there's a massive supply of shares. Let's see if he was right. If he's right, we should see a dump towards close. But let's see how fast it takes for these shares to be acquired. Hey, Marco, appreciate you coming in. Second Patreon subscriber. Appreciate that. Bahadir and Marco, my 2 patrons. Appreciate it. Awesome. You just watched other tests. They were saying everything will happen after hours. I don't think so, Bella. I think the move is probably going to happen during hours. I could be wrong, but I think, again, Howard Silverblatt, the guy who runs S&P Global, came on Yahoo Finance today and said, if there's any imbalance, it'll get sorted out on Monday, is what he said. I'm just going by that. So, and knowing what I know about liquidity after hours, it's just like liquidity is not there. Yeah, better than my individual buddies text. Yeah. There's so little liquidity after hours. Exactly. Like today could be different. Like, don't get me wrong, I could be wrong on that, but I don't know. I like this general consolidation that we're in though, hey? Between 670 and 676 is kind of where we're sitting at. You gotta imagine if any hedge funds have been front running, they've done it. And they've probably exited 80% of their position. I mean, maybe more, maybe less, but a good portion of their position by now. Like, why would you want to be sitting on that risk, right? So I really think it's going to be a crazy last hour here. Guys, get ready. 4 minutes till Power Hour. 4 minutes till Power Hour. Let's go here. I set 10 limit orders starting at 700, but I don't think. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Set your limit orders in for where you'd be like happy if you got filled. And if it climbs past that, it climbs past that. Not much you can do. Hey, Waka. Welcome from James' channel. Yeah, Mohammed, I'm not a short term. Like I have my calls are for March, so I can sit on diamond hands for a while. Like I don't need to sell. So even if there's a downturn here, like Gary predicts, like I'll be fine. Again, might test 670 again, but we know that there should be good support there. This probably gets bought back right up. 2 minutes left till power hour. Hey Kishore, how's it going, man? I feel like we're all at the horse racetrack waiting for the horses to run. That's a great way to put it. Great way to put it. This better not be anticlimactic, right? Like this better not be like the last hour and like the stock moves a dollar. A dollar. I don't want to jinx it. Sorry, I didn't say that. Yeah, but we're the ponies exactly. I think the dumping is beginning. Yeah, perhaps. I mean, if you're a hedge fund sitting on a large amount of shares, like get rid of it before power hour. You never know what's going to happen. But again, I think there's good support at 670, so we'll see. I do think though, there's a lot of people that would normally buy Tesla on a regular day that might be stepping back, like retail wise, to be like, I'm just going to watch the show for today and see where it goes. Um, but let's see. What do you think Monday will look like? Um, the general consensus is it'll be red, and I've learned if the general consensus is something, it's probably the opposite of that. So I guess I'll just kind of leave it at that. But it's anyone's guess, right? Like I think demand is gonna pour over until next week, but that's just me. Yeah, I mean perhaps Philip, but I think there's a large subsegment of the audience that yeah, exactly. That are bearish. Sorry, I thought it said bullish. Yeah, I think in general everyone thinks Tesla's going to crash tomorrow or next week. Look at that. Look at that green candle that's being bought right back up. So looks like demand is there. I'm not sure who's buying. I don't think index fund buyers are buying yet. Could be wrong. I want to see a massive candle on the volumes though. Like I want to see 500,000 on the candles, and I think we'll see that in the last hour here. Anything on Twitter? Buying power hour is on. There we go. 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock. Anticlimactic is my guess. Expecting a bunch of retail buyers to cut out the smart. Perhaps, Tom, but I mean, retail investors don't make up a large portion of shares. Like 130 million need to be acquired. Power hour, Bahadir. If I was Elon, I would do a huge announcement to everyone. If I'm Elon, I definitely do that. 100%. I think that tweet. Did you guys see that tweet he posted the other day? It was like a rocket, and it was like just going to the. It was like, what was it labeled? Blast off or something. It was an obvious short squeeze. There we go. It was an obvious short squeeze analogy. Again, don't see a downswing after today. Not a significant, at least. Window dressing, stimulus are coming. Then quarter four. Yeah, Francois, I agree 100%. And I think quarter four deliveries are going to be amazing. Like I finally got a link to book my delivery for this weekend, so cross my fingers that stays around there. But the sales advisors are like telling me like they've never seen demand like this before, and what they said was the Model Y has just killed it. Like the demand for the Model Y has been like skyrocketed over the Model 3 demand. And it could be because there's anticipation, a lot of people like pre-ordering and stuff like that. But man, the Model Y, and if you guys don't know, there's a guy named Bill on Twitter who works at the Gigafactory in Nevada on the battery plant. And he tweets every now and then giving us insider info. And he tweeted yesterday pretty much that the Model Y Standard Range Plus is coming out. Standard Range Plus is coming out. So, thank you, Tom. Standard Range Plus is coming out. Like, remember, Elon said that wouldn't happen because of some sort of range inefficiencies and stuff. If the Standard Range Model Y comes out and it's a $10,000 less than the Model Y, whatever, long range right now, man, sales are going to go through the roof. Through the roof. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they overshot 500 for sure. It could be the stimulus updates, but honestly, like the people buying and selling Tesla today don't care about the stimulus. Like they look like we're hyper laser focused into what's happening here. So I mean, could be possible. Could be algos that are just trading on news. Here's a dump. Here's a big dump. 668. Let's see if this gets bought up. Let's see if this gets bought up. So looking at the time in sales, looks like it's getting bought up here. So about a $3 move on the downside. That was a big order, 1,500 lot order. Again, I don't see. Are you sure about the mod time? I thought it was going to be a. Yeah, that's what Elon said a couple months ago. But this insider, I mean, take it with a grain of salt. But this insider is saying that the Model Y Standard Range Plus will be coming out. Check him out. He's on his Twitter handle is it's Bill Wright with a W, all one word. That's his name. His handle is like a bunch of weird numbers, but he has a photo of a supercharger. Here's another dump here. 1,000 lot shares, 1,000, 664, 665. Let's see. Are hedge funds buying? Probably not yet. I would probably say another half an hour until they buy. That's my guess. Could be possible. Could be possible. Let's see. I think what we're going to have for the first half an hour here is a lot of selling pressure from funds front running, but not a lot of buying pressure yet. I think if the index funds play it smart, they probably don't start buying until like a little bit later, like half an hour till close. Maybe they start buying now, who knows, but it doesn't look like there's any buying happening. Just selling. So let's see. Look at these puts. $11 for this put, 660 put. Let's track the price and see where it goes at. You're down $1 on that now, 50 cents. Buying premium on a day like today, like buying options and calls is so tough to time the market. Not only that, but the premium might screw you, right? Like the move might happen in your way, but theta's dropped so much. Looks like some buying. Bahadir, thanks for updating. Yeah, 70 million volume so far. You're right, not much. Not much. Remember, guys, 130 million shares alone have to be acquired by the index funds. 70 million shares have been traded today. Between me, between you, between random people, between hedge funds. 130 have to be acquired. So, who's sitting on options expiring today? What are you guys sitting on? Let's talk it through. Sitting on nothing. Yeah. Sitting on 750 and 800s expiring next week. Okay. Anyone sitting on stuff that's yeah, you rolled it over for next week? Smart. Okay, 700 calls expiring today. You sold them. Okay, let's see what 700s are doing. 700s are $2.14. I think it's a good play right now. But I would be in and out of these quick. Like I would take any sort of profit fast. There we go. Just went from $2 to, it's not updating, to 20. Like you see that the 700 call price just went up. The price of the options stayed flat, right? This is how you get screwed by market makers on Fridays. The move happens, but unless you're in the money, the delta isn't high enough. So look, Tesla is 666, devil's number, and that option for 700 is 217. Momentum play. Spreads for 680, 690 expiring next week. Smart. I think spreads are smart for Tesla right now. I have 665 put on Tesla. Okay, let's see here. 665. Okay, so that must be for a different expiration, hey? I don't see it on my... I only see 660s and 670s. Nice, Philip. Sold them. Zhao sitting on 700 calls, Wall Street bet style. Nice. Appreciate that, Tom. Yeah, I'm trying to have fun with everyone that does hopefully what I do all day. Rodney 690s expiring end of the month. What did you buy those at? And what are they at right now? I don't want to click on it like I would, but I don't want to risk losing this stream. 625 calls, end of the month. Nice. Expires Thursday. You probably mean next Friday. Calls expire on Fridays. Thoughts on next week's 650s. Was planning on holding one. Daniel, I would consider that potentially, but not on any green candles. I would like to see like a big dump and then buy those. A big dump, ideally. There's some consolidation, because then premium doesn't get jacked up even on call side. Wait for a big dump, wait for some consolidation, then I would buy those. Like right now, if you bought those, unless this move keeps on happening, there could be a time where you're down a lot. Wonder, 80% of portfolios in Tesla calls expiring January 15th. Do you think I get screwed today? What strike price, Wonder? You just said January 15th, but 1.4 million Tesla options expiring today, roughly 8.6 outstanding. I wonder if they dump it on passive investors. That's assuming they're sitting on 130 million shares. Are they? I don't know. I don't think they're sitting on 16% of the float. Look at this. Look at the strength. Any sort of dumps that we get are quick, and any sort of buybacks are relatively fast as well. So, wonder 500 and 700 calls. Your 500 ones are money. Like your 500 ones are money. Oh, I was thinking about selling. Ooh, yeah. I mean, who knows what's going to happen? But I think you probably have made it this far. You probably want to wait to the end of the day, at least, Daniel. I mean, that's my guess. You want to. Everyone's hoping for that infinite squeeze, right? Yeah, awesome. Yeah, the 500 ones are money for you. So, I mean, wonder if you're sitting on that much profit, roll, cash out, roll. I mean, tax sucks. I get it. Cash out, roll, buy yourself more time, and like collect some profit, book some profit. Like you don't want to be left holding the bag. Like the reason why I say that is because you only have less than a month till your calls expire. Granted, the 500 one's so much in the money. Like it's all just like it's probably like Delta's close to like 80 or 90 at this point. Squeeze to the moon. Liam got me excited. I read that. I looked back at my graph. I was hoping for it. What do I do for a living? I am a realtor. I'm a licensed real estate agent in Vancouver, but I have a real estate coaching business. So I teach realtors how to generate online leads, and we do online education for realtors around that sort of stuff. So day to day, I'm on my computer. I work from home, work from coffee shops, stuff like that. 666 pin. Hey, Oakley, Vancouver as well. Welcome, man. Raymond, I have next week's 525. Sell today or Monday. If we tough, I don't know. I mean, it depends where you bought it from, how much profit you're sitting on. I think again, none of this is financial advice, by the way. How do we sign up for realtor coaching? You can go to 8thmarketing.com, spell it all out, and that's where me and my business partner Eric Preston actually do real estate coaching. My background is in tech, so like sales, tech, and websites and lead generation, so online marketing. Would you do a one-day live? Man, Devon, I'd love to one day have a live in person. Like, how fun would this be if we were all in like a conference room with our laptops out and there was a projector with everything happening, and we were just like investing and talking Tesla, and like that'd be fun, hey? It would be so. Let's see here. Appreciate. I wish I knew. Appreciate that. You know, ultimate squeeze would sell today, in my opinion. Yeah, like you definitely don't want to be greedy. Like when everyone's greedy, you want to be fearful. When everyone's fearful, you want to be greedy. I think Warren Buffett made that quote up. So everyone is greedy right now. Granted, there's like actually a reason kind of to be potentially greedy, but everyone is greedy right now. You don't want to be left holding the bag. And beer. Is it still worth being rental investment? I have rental property. I have a local place that I rent out, but I I think it's I think Chamath Palihapitiya, if you guys follow him, like Ray Dalio, like these guys all are saying, well, don't hold on to cash for the next 2 or 3 years. The Fed is printing out so much money. It's good to put your money in equities or something real like housing, my opinion. But Mason, wow, $400 calls, Jesus. Yeah, Devon, that'd be awesome. How do you get into shares? How should a beginner start with learning about shares? First, scour YouTube and stuff and see what other people do. Get a lay of the land. Understand how markets work. There's a lot of good YouTube videos on exchanges and markets and shares and equity. But in general, just be interested. If you're interested in the market, like it'll be fun. Like I think the biggest thing is you need interest and you need just like a lack of apathy, and you'll figure it out. If you're interested in the market, you'll figure it out. I've had this philosophy in life where, if you love something, it doesn't matter if you're trained in it or not, you'll make it work. Oakley, okay, yeah, send me a DM. That'd be cool. Is Yashu buying up Bitcoin then? I actually just sold Bitcoin on my Coinbase after holding it for 3 years since 2017. So I sold. I could potentially have made the biggest mistake of my life. But I mean, who knows? Tesla 665 test again. Let's see if it consolidates here. I should put a Robinhood and Webull referral link. Yeah, look into that. I don't have that yet. I do have a Patreon link. That's all I have. Question: what does everyone think of NEO? I bought NEO shares, which I sold yesterday. I bought them for not that long, but since the announcement of the share acquisition or the share issuance on that dump, I bought it. So I might get back into NEO. I really might. I'm just gonna wait for this Tesla news to die off. Profit taking is the most important. That's right. New Gary Black tweet: S&P trade today on closes to buy 1.5% of Tesla and to sell 1.5% of everything else. The market is so efficient. 1 hour before close, here are the price on Tesla. 1.4% up. Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll see. Remember, if you're holding call options that expire this week, be careful that you don't land in the money and you haven't sold it, because you will have to exercise them. If you have calls expire next week, be careful. If you're sitting on a good amount of profit, I suggest potentially rolling it out. And what that means is selling it for a good amount of profit and then buying yourself more time and buying a different strike price maybe in February or March. Book profits, guys. Book profits. I've been there. I've had amazing profits on my P&L, unrealized. In fact, right now I do. Don't book the profits. Goes back to normal. You get choked. You get dismotivated. Book profits. Remember, try to play with house money. Like, that's the philosophy I have with investing. Play with house money. Like, it's always a different... You're always willing to hold things longer. You're always willing to be more risky if you're playing with house money. If you play with house money, you're good to go. Scott, 1,600 subscribers. Congrats, and to the mood. I appreciate that, Scott. I'm at 1,600 subscribers. Wow, Jesus. I am so blessed. Let's see. Wow, that's crazy. Thanks all for subscribing. Jesus, 1.69. Nice. Hey, thanks for the Patreon, Christopher Rubicam. Appreciate that. Marco as well, and Bahadur. Appreciate that. Oakley, I got your email. I'll check it out after the stream. How do you separate house money different? So let's say you bought a Tesla 670 call, this one right here, and you paid $8.50 for it. Let's say you bought one of them, to keep the math simple. Now it's $16 because Tesla rallies. You're up $800, right? Now, if you sell that, you can pay yourself back what you bought it for and then use that 8 and roll it into something else for free. You're rolling it out for free. And you can keep rolling as long as you have the same general thesis about stuff. So if you think Tesla's going to go up, then you can keep rolling it. You don't want to roll too early. You don't want to roll too late. This is where you have to have that fine balance, right? But this is what this is kind of what I hope to live by, is like, you buy stuff for that's $2 or $3, right? $200 you put in, $300 you put in per contract. Let's say you bought 10 contracts. Now it's at $10, right? So it's $10,000. You put in 2 or 3. Take out your profit, reinvest 2 or 3, sit on some profit, and then run with house money. Most people that are investing look at it totally different, right? Most people that are investing, and I argue like options trading is not really investing per se. It's different. Big dump here, 660 on Tesla. Play with house money. If you play with house money, you feel different. You don't feel like you need something to work. You don't feel like glued to your computer screen. Leaps are like the closest thing I get to investing, mostly in shares. Like leaps, I love leaps. Just so much more leverage, right? 222. Okay, so let's see. So let's watch Tesla here. So $1,000 lot orders coming in. The time at the level 2, I'm gonna carefully move this. Hopefully nothing freezes here. There's no big sell orders. The next big one I see is 188 lot, and that's sitting at 669. Nice. Like I don't see, and another one at 675. So 669 and 675 are the two spots that have a lot of orders for sale on. So let's see if that happens. Yeah, we broke 660, but bought back right away. So it looks like good support there. Guys, last half an hour is where the party gets started. Look at these volume bars. Geez, reloaded. Wait for it. The volume bars are kicking in like massive all of a sudden. So let's see. I think 12:30 or 3:30 Eastern. That's probably the traders are at work at that point. Logistically speaking, what I think a lot of these index funds probably did was like they just got all of their traders for the day and they told them each one of you has to buy like 10 million shares. Got like 10 or 13 traders and put them all in a room and just told them you got to accumulate 10 million. Tesla enters the S&P at 666. Can you imagine? Yeah, Bahadir, I generally agree. I don't think this is index fund buying yet. That being said, look at the volume on a couple of these red candles. 350 shares per minute. It's pretty good. Yeah, seems the only way it can go up potentially. I mean, this is why we're watching. If Gary's right, we're going to see a sell-off towards the end of the day. Remember, it's the last 15 minutes is really is like where it's happening. Front runners cashing out. Agree, DJ. Stockmo went from 0 to 225K in like 2 months. Appreciate it. Just have good content. They will come. Yeah, I agree, wise guy. Literally just saw one of your YouTubes yesterday and instantly stuff. Chris, my man. Margin. No, I don't play with margin. Pierre, you bought Neo at 920. Ooh, man. That'd be amazing to be in that still. You think Gary's right? He could be. I mean, I'm not. Again, I have March positions, so he could be right. But I'm still bullish on quarter one. Let's see. What's your guys' guess? Where do we land at? Where do we land at? Wow, Johnny, Neo under $2. Jeez. Hope you bought a lot of shares. Throw in the chat where you guys think we close at 1 o'clock when we close. 957 sugar, man. 700, 720 Rodney, 653, 657, 900. I love the optimism. 680, 619, 677, 700, 687, 695. Yeah, 670, 675, 555, 550. Wow, nice. Okay, interesting. It looks like generally everyone here is pretty bullish. 1,000 plus. DJ, if that happens, like, I'm coming over and giving you a hug. 700, 755, 669. Nice. 710. 100 Prague. Oh, man. I don't think that'll happen. If it does, I'll probably cry on live stream. 625. Wise guy says book it. 632. What do I think? I think 680, but we could potentially, Gary could potentially be right. Everyone is bullish. This is dangerous. I agree. If everyone's bullish, we should be wary. Let's see what happens. Every time is say no way about Tesla. I'm always wrong. I agree. Yeah. I agree. But also, we got to be careful not to fall into that fallacy of just because we've been wrong every time doesn't mean we're going to be wrong this time. All right, shares going down to 650 on Tesla. Looks like people are getting ready for the last half an hour of trading here. 653. Tesla is now red for the day. Volatility is still up there, though. Like, volatility hasn't crashed from my March calls. 680 would be nice. Chose your life for Tesla, please. After. Yeah, cool. Yeah, Alan, I appreciate that. I'll stay on, and we'll talk a little bit after. I've scheduled about an hour after, in case people want to stay on. Do you see any big buyers? Yeah. Okay. Let's go back to the time and sales. Let's see. It's loading again. My live stream. There it is. Stress about selling, just holding. Look, I mean, there's a reason why there's market manipulation all the time. Like, they know how to get people that are sitting on shares to want to sell. 450 million stocks in circulation. Next week, 25% less. This regular trading volume potential pump coming. I thought they stopped it. They thought they stopped. Yeah, that'd be hilarious. No, my trader workstation with my live stream. It's funny. I got a MacBook Pro, right? And it's like a year old. And like, you would think it would do a much better job holding all of this like streaming, but I mean, maybe I'm not optimizing my settings. But they know what to do to get you to sell. Big buy orders? No, at the moment I don't see anything. The graph's reloading here, don't worry. I see some big red sell orders coming in. No buying yet. There was one lot, 1,000 lot there. Oh man, potentially I want to go long on Tesla right here. Just when will the bleeding end? This is a good shakeout, huh? This is a real good shakeout before inclusion. All right, if I could, I would, let's say I would buy this call, this 650 or 660 call. Let's see if, I mean, potentially it could keep dumping though, who knows, but let's see. This is a good shakeout. 4 minutes before last half an hour. Let's see. Yeah, good amount of selling. Someone just dumped 2,200 share lot. It's 220 shares right there. But look at that. It's bought back up. Let's see. Guys, 3 minutes till inclusion. There we go. There's some, let's see, buying. So that was a lot of selling. That wasn't a lot of I don't think it was index funds index funds on the other side of that. Like, it could be wrong. Let's see. Obviously, there's got to be someone on the other side of that trade. The timing sales is looking like it's starting to build back up here. Let's see. I'm guessing in 3 minutes on the 30, we'll see a huge uptick in volume. Let's see. Let's see. I'm on Twitter too, waiting for that market on close number if that comes up. All right, there's some buying coming in now. 1,000 lots. 1,500. 1,000 on the ask. Let's see here. 1,000 on the sell. A lot of resistance here. Here it comes, I think. My Twitter handle is @HeyIt'sYashu. YASHU. Let's see here. All right, 1 minute till 30. 1 minute till 30. Let's take a look. 77 million. Thanks, Rodney William. 77 million. Like, guys, 130 million shares have yet to be acquired. Have yet to be acquired. Yeah, imagine doing that without high-speed trading. Yeah, crazy. Just manually doing it. Wow. Hey, thanks, Cindy. Cindy Benjamin, thank you for the Patreon. Appreciate it. Cup of coffee to you. All right, 1,000. Okay, 1,000 lot order. All right, 10,000 lot order just came in. I just saw that, but I didn't get to see if it was on the ask or the bid. Okay, finally, volume is coming in. 1,000 lot. 1,000 lots don't excite me right now. I want to see that 10,000 lot order coming again. Market's closing in 30 minutes. Yep. Yeah, Christopher, that's pretty possible. That it's going to be until the last 5 minutes. So let's see here. All right, this is it. Last half hour. Let's go. I think they'll do some buying now. They'll do some buying in the last 15, a lot of it in the last 5 minutes, because remember, that's what they're going to be pegged on. Wow. Okay. So let's see. Big orders coming in yet? No, not yet. Nothing in yet. Very small volume at the moment. Let's see. Unless I missed something. 1,500 lot. I want to see those 10,000 lot orders come in, because that's 1 million shares, right? Am I right? Yeah, that's 1 million shares. That's crazy. And 1,000 lot order, if you see 1,000 on here, that is going to be 100,000 shares. So think about the math. Like, if they got to acquire 130 million shares, like, you know, there's a lot of buying yet left, probably. So no, Bella. I mean, no one actually knows how many more they have to buy. Like, it could be 100% possible that they only have accumulated like 5 million shares so far. No one knows that right now. What we know is by the end of the day, 130 million have to be acquired. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Remember, 669 has some resistance, and I think 676 had some resistance, right? There we go. There's some buying. 1,000 lots, 10,000 lot. I just saw one. There we go. Here it comes. Hold on, boys and girls. Here we go. Yeah, so when you turn from red to green on a lot of these beta names, like Amazon, Apple, Facebook, Tesla, what happens usually is there's algos that trade that. So usually you'll see a lot of volatility when it's even, or it's even for the day, it's negative, positive. So let's see if that was that or index fund buying. This is looking like heavy volume is, it came in for a bit. It's tapered off here. Let's see. Let's see. 100, 300. 100 lot orders. Let me just do the math. 10,000 shares. If I needed 130 million shares, let me just do the math. And I got 10,000 per lot. I would need that 13,000 times. 1,500 lot came in right there. 13,000 times. Okay, interesting. So thank you, Rodney. 78.5. Yeah, like I said, this is going to be hopefully not anticlimactic, but looks like some buying is coming in now. Looks like some buying is coming in. Okay, a little bit of a dump there. Where is our next level to look at? 658 looks like there's some selling there. There's probably 50 lots on the ask sitting. So there we go. Yeah, a little bit of a correction. Let's see. Make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. I mean, I'm happy to go live whenever. Like, if there's news out, if there's earnings, like maybe we could do earnings as earnings reports come out, and like live stream earnings and stuff like that. We can look at the market and after hours and stuff like that. So hit the subscribe button so you can be notified. YouTube tells me like 20% of people that actually watch your videos are actually subscribed, which I think is a crazy stat. I didn't even know I wasn't subscribed to half the channels that I watch to. So okay, a little bit of a dump. 1,000 share, 1,000 lot, 100, 400. Looking at the volume, like, okay, there is a big spike there. Let's see if that's just my trader workstation. 3,000 lot order just came in. That's 300,000 shares. There it is. Warren, you're in for the earnings. 1,699 subscribers. We're on a wild roller coaster that's missing tracks and no brakes. And no seatbelts. Agreed, Waka. Agreed. Let's see here. Just saw 5K. Oh, I missed it. It looks like there's actually really good liquidity in the market right now. I mean, that being said, hedge funds are going to want to buy towards like the end of the day, because you can imagine if they bought the majority of their shares now and Tesla rallies up, their tracking error is huge. So yeah, Mohammed called 650 right now. Let's see if you're right. What's happening? Are we going to see 680? Anyone's guess at this point. FSD going crazy. Let's see here. Appreciate you, Patreons. Appreciate it. Much appreciated. Okay, 646. Volume is now 80 million for the day. 130 million alone have to be accumulated. Thanks, Oliver. Posted that too. Marco. Yeah, so we still got a ways to go. Okay, so here's a dump. Let's see. Hopefully I didn't press anything there. Don't worry, the stock did not freeze. Let's see here. Target price for Monday. I don't know. I don't want to. It really is going to depend on what happens in the next half an hour here. Looks like going long there probably wasn't a good idea. Let's see. So now think, okay, if you're a hedge fund and you're sitting on shares right now that you were trying to front run, would you wait till the last 5 minutes to dump it, or would you dump it now? I think we're going to accelerate a lot of the volume coming up here. The question is, where are we at that point by the time that time comes? Seems like a huge dump. I mean, guys, 650, like 640, 654 was our all-time high as of last week. So like, you know, we're pretty close to that. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm shocked the front runners have held on this long. Yeah, I mean, oh, here, okay. Check this out. Come on, Thinker. Come on, Trader Workstation, not now. Wow, looks like there's a lot of orders coming in. $632 question mark. Let's see. What's it at? My trader workstation is lagging. 638. Let's see here. Spot back up though, like. Sweet, it's back finally. Apologies for that. DJ, your 635 stop didn't get triggered. Stops are shown on the market. Like when you have stops placed and ready to go, you bet your bottom dollar your broker sees that, and algos are trading to hit those stops. Like it's. I mean, that's actually a good theory. Like maybe they're trying to stop everyone out before they run this thing up. Marcel, congrats on your channel. What about $5 billion new shirt issue a few weeks ago? Good question. That's already been bought in the open market as of last week, and we've actually hit all-time highs since then. So those are already priced in. Those don't. $5 billion is a drop in the bucket. 5 billion shares is a drop in the. It was $5 billion worth of shares. I think it was like 6 to 7 million. Yeah. Exactly. Macro is down, quadruple witching. Yeah, I mean, I'm confident because I don't have to sell. Like, it's always good to be in the driver's seat where, like, even if the stock goes down, I'm already sitting on house money. I'm happy with where I'm at. I'm willing to take the risk of waiting today. If you're betting everything on what you need and you need it to go up, you start to worry a little bit when stuff happens. But, you know, my stuff is for March. Who knows what can happen by then. 20 minutes left. That's right. That's right. Any big orders you see? Well, it's on your screen there. 1,000 lots are pretty much the average size of the biggest ones that I'm seeing at the moment. Nothing massive, but they could. The thing is, they could quietly be racking up shares. Like, look at this. Look at this 700K volume 1 minute bar, right? Look at that. In 1 minute, 700K shares were traded. So. I wonder what Trevor Milton is doing in this moment. What a question to ask. He's probably watching Tesla stock. You know the dude loved Tesla. Why else would he name his company Nikola? My guess is this bottom out next week, then huge ramp. When Elon announces sales figures, that's how it'll be moved. I'm really waiting for the delivery numbers. I think the delivery numbers are going to be crazy high. Big sell-off in general market. Okay, that's what's happening. I don't have my. I usually have my indicators up on my other screen, but I've closed off everything just for this one window. Can you walk us through the UI? So this is Trader Workstation. I have Ichimoku clouds on, which in general are to track momentum. I have simple moving averages, exponential moving averages on there. I think 8-day, 50-day, and 200-day. Volume on the bottom, and then underneath that the MACD, which kind of is about momentum as well, and RSI to tell me if some stuff is overbought or oversold in a given moment. On the left side, I've got my options chain. Underneath that is the time and sale. So these are the prints that are hitting the market. I've subscribed to market data that straight from the NASDAQ or the BATS or the ARCA or the New York Stock Exchange, where like when something gets posted, it shows up here live. It's called the ticker tape. And then underneath that is the level 2. The level 2 is where when you put an order out on the market and it's not filled yet, it's sitting there. Those are shown here. Looks like some consolidation around 6:30. 18 minutes left here. 4 minutes, $85 million of volume. 85 million shares of volume. So 130 have to be accumulated. How are they going to accumulate 130 million shares? Like, how is this going to happen? Like, I mean, either it's going to be we're in for a show, or it's going to be I mean, depending on what happens, maybe they have to push to Monday. Mohammed, you've turned the corner. I think this is going straight up. Okay. Let's see, big sell-off. What price do you consider adding on? I'm probably out. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of a nice price, 630, considering where we were at. But again, I can't place a trade. As soon as I click on anything else on my computer, I risk having this program not load. So I'm not doing that. Yeah, it'll be market on close orders. I think you're right. Let's see. Let me go on my Twitter. Let's see what's happening. Is the volatility crazy on Tesla? Like, what's another stock that gives you this much excitement, this much sorrow in a day? Tesla shares downgraded by CFRA. Fresh new FUD out. Downgraded as hot stock loses massive index fund buying tailwind. Tesla drew a downgrade. Literally, like right now is when they posted this. CFRA cut its rating on Tesla equity to hold from a strong buy down to something else. With Tesla's addition to S&P 500 as of Monday, we lower our opinion to a hold. Funny timing, huh? Just stay zen. Nothing we can do. I mean, if you're sitting on stuff, you can probably do it. Corey John's probably that dude. That dude is unbelievable. Yeah, Tom, I'm excited to see the market on close orders. Does anyone know if we get market on close numbers for equities or just the market? I know we get it just for the entire market, but wondering if we get it for individual equities or not. My Twitter account is at Hey It's Yashu. Imagine the fun stick Friday off. Okay. Bought at 655. Do I hold last minute or do I close now at loss? Depends on your risk. I mean, what, like, you bought like stock. If you bought stock, you're kind of just chilling, no big deal. But if you bought options, there's more to that question. But I mean, I can't, no one here can tell you what to do. None of this is financial advice, but let's see what happens in the next 15 minutes. Let's see. You're short. Someone's short. Uh-oh. Oh, CFDs. Okay, yeah. So you must be in Europe. 50 minutes. Thanks, Rodney, for the reminder. So this is where volume should pick up substantially. So let's look at the ticker tape. 100 lots, 1,800. Okay, stuff is coming in more on the ask side now. So it looks like we should see a little bit of a run here. I don't see any spoofed orders for sale on 640, so it's just about demand at this point. 100 lots coming in, 100 lots. There we go. Okay. 641. This is it. Last 15 minutes, guys and girls. Watch it go straight up. Johnny, your average for the 60s. Man, you're laughing. You got Neo at $2. You got Tesla at 60s. Like, just hodl. Just hodl. Yeah, Pierre, I'm with you. I'm just chilling. Like, I got March calls, 640s. It is what it is. I want to live stream. I don't want to risk selling anything right now. Like, I'll just... I got diamond hands, right? I'm going to do that risk reward. This is wild. Yeah, it is. Welcome, Army Joe. Welcome. All right, so let's do some analyzing now. So, okay, so orders are coming in. I see volume, but there's a 14 lot order at 641. That's not very much. 500 lot orders, 200. Okay, it looks like the index fund buyers are finally coming in. The majority of the stuff I see now is, it looks like it's like hesitant algo trading where it's not like ultra high priority yet. Let's see here. 100 lot orders. Hodl. That's awesome. 575 shares. That's great. I mean, if your time horizon is long enough, you're going to be fine. 2,000 lot. There we go. Okay, here's the volume on that downturn. So it's almost like the index buyers are buying on weakness. Like it's kind of like a massive poker game of like, hey, you're gonna sell first because we know you want to sell, and the index fund buyers are like, yeah, but we're chilling. If you want to sell, we'll buy. It's kind of like this massive poker game going on. I do think most of the front running is out though, so let's see when it goes in. We got 2 minutes till market on close. Timing should come in. There we go. Amazon is popping. If Amazon's popping, that makes me think, did they already rebalance? 632. Market on close. Let's see. Come on, guys. Let's get the market on close. Thanks for the follow. Francois, Emmanuel, Majid, Greg, Kingsley, Elizabeth, Roberto, Robert, Michael. Appreciate y'all. Hit the subscribe as well if you're watching. You're not subscribed. Hit the subscribe. That way you get alerted whenever I post stuff. And trust me, I'll keep posting. Okay, 6:35. We're back at it a bit. Man, the ticker tape is just blowing up the stream. Like, come on, not now. Let's go. Diamond hands. Let's see here. Wow, I've never seen ticker tape this slow, because of all the orders that are coming in. 6:37. There we go. Oh yeah, there we go. There's some volume coming in now. 1 minute until crossing to close crossing time. There we go. Oh, what the heck just happened? 650. What? What is happening? Hold on. What just happened? What? Did you see that? Did you see that gap? Just jumped up $20 in 30 seconds. Okay, Rodney, 90 million shares. There we go. There's the pop. Wow. Look at that. Okay, the orders are coming in. Man, come on, please. Like my interactive brokers is like can't even handling that. It can't even handle it. 660. Let's go. Let's go. 10 seconds. In 10 seconds. Okay, so calm, because remember, when stuff pops like this, unless buying continues, in 10 minutes they're gonna. So it looks like they're starting their buying now. Jesus Christ! Here we go. 660. Up we go. Holy macaroni! Straight up. Hey Mohammed, you were right. 662 is on the ticker tape. It looks like they just started buying. Looks like they just started buying. They're gonna 130 million shares, people. 130 million shares. 663 on the tape. 664. 666. 92 million. Jesus Christ. No, Yvonne, my problem is my graphics card. Jesus. 667 coming in. I'm gonna talk it. 668, guys. This is what we're waiting for, isn't it? All right, look at your positions. Roll. Continue to. Oh my God, 670. It just had to refresh. Like, look at my program. Don't worry, it'll come back in a second. 669, 669. Who wants some 670? Oh my God, you loaded up some shares. Jesus. Guys, this is unprecedented. Okay, the graph is back. This is unprecedented. 666. It's okay. We're going to see some profit taking, right? 700. Let's go. I want 700. Let's go. Rodney, that's awesome. Margot, thanks for keep posting the volume. Mohammed, I love it. Mohammed's up 50 G's. 93 million volume. What's the volume now? I don't have an update for the day. Look at the volume. Look at the volume graph for a second. 1.5 million shares were traded in a 1 minute from 1250 to 1251. We have 130 million to go. I mean, potentially. I don't know if that's true, but we have a lot to go. Let's go. 89 million, 93 million. Okay, so I think 93 is probably more accurate. Woo! Oh, baby. How high can she go? 663. Let's go. Remember 669, I said there is a good amount of resistance there. I'm not going to scroll down now, but as we get closer, look on the level 2 at 669. There was a lot of orders that were sitting there. So watch those. Let's see as we approach 669 here. Those got to get filled, right? So before we see any further pop, 669, and then we should see 680 pretty fast. So let's see. 669 is not showing up on my level 2 yet. Jeez, guys, this is amazing. Come on, short squeeze. We're up 2% for the day on Tesla. I hope you guys didn't sell on the bottom. $24 million share imbalance at $3.50. 16 million share imbalance still. 16 million share imbalance on the buy side. 16 million share imbalance on the buy side. It's going down by the minute, but 60 million as of 3:53 Eastern time. Wow. You can trade after hours. Yeah, I mean, I can't trade my my options after hours, but I'm holding those. Wow. This is it, hey? Okay, look at the level 2. 673 has a 91 lot order. It just got hit. It just got hit. The next one is 670. Okay, it's back down. It's retracing now, but 674 looks like 670 also has a 28 lot order, 33 lot order, 34. Okay, someone is look at the level 2. Someone is piling on at the 670 level. It went from 25 to 30 to 40. So there's front runners that are willing to sell at 670. So 670 is going to be a hard number to break through for a second here until we get some buying pressure. So 670 looks like the next resistance to break out. 667 right now. 669, 668, 669, 50, 668, 80. Okay, remember 670 is the next resistance point we have here. The next big one, at least. There we go. We just broke it. All right, they just filled some more orders. Next resistance point is 674. 674. Volume is 97 million. Thank you, Marco and Rodney. Appreciate y'all. Wow. Okay, 664. Now, my question is, as of 353, there was a 16 million share imbalance, a 13 million share imbalance. That's really low. Like, that's not a lot. 15 million share imbalance right now? Okay. As of, like, when? 99 million volume. Okay, so almost 100 million volume here. Still minimum. They have to, we should be at the minimum, like 150 million shares for the day at least. Probably, like, closer to 200 million. Okay, so expect the unexpected. There's going to be profit taking here. 665 is okay. So here's some profit taking coming in. Yeah. So 50 million shares jumped up to 14 million now. That's the imbalance, right, Jay? Are you talking about 4 minutes to go? Yeah, this is nuts. 4 minutes to go. 100 million shares. How are they going to buy? What? How are they going to buy this many shares in the last 4 minutes? Don't worry. This is, in my opinion, I think this dip won't last. They still got a lot to buy. But yeah, definitely need a drink after this. All right, they're buying it back. You see how we tested for 647 all the way, and now we're trading at 655. Buying is coming back. Here comes the buying. Here it goes. 655, 54. I don't see any sell walls. So if buying starts again, if these guys start accumulating fat shares, I can see a rip into the end of the day. That being said, if the imbalance is 14 million, oh, Rob has the live number. Perfect. Okay. So it looks like there's still some demand side. So the imbalance is increasing, eh? Okay, this is good. This is really good. Let's see. Here we go, 648. Let's go. What's the volume at right now for the day? 651. We're trading at 650. 650. Remember, whole numbers are natural resistance points for stocks. So makes sense why on 650 be a bit sticky. 102 million, 102. Vijay, I think your software might be a little behind, so just add like 10 million to whatever you see. 102. Okay. Remember, if they have to accumulate 130 million shares, like where is that? If that doesn't happen today, it's happening Monday. Okay, here we go. I predict this is gonna be one way or another in the next 2 minutes here. Let's see. 660. This is like this is like the trajectory of the space shuttle. Yeah, it is. All right, huge buying. 1 million share volume per minute at this point. I don't know if this sticks around till after hours. I think most of this happens during hours. We got 2 minutes, guys. We got 2 minutes. Let me put up my live graph. We got a minute left till close. Let's see what's happening. So whatever it closes at today, watch for a fat candle on the last minute. 660 was the Fibonacci. Okay. Are you guys still holding on your positions? What are you guys doing? Let's see a close into 700, shall we? Towards the end of the day. How unrealistic is that? Holding, yeah. Out, awesome, okay. Holding, nothing wrong with taking profits. Holding next week's HODL gang, Francois, Diamond Hands, me too. Holding, 104 million volume, okay. Guys, this is it. This is the last minute. 30 seconds left here. Let's see what happens, one way or another. Here it is. Huge sellers at 660. You see 289 lot orders and they're just adding to that. Wow, they passed that like nothing though. So 660 has a lot of shares to be sold on. Did that get filled? Let's see. And 3, 2, 1. Let's see last candle what happens. Tesla finishes at 6. Wait, what? Did you guys see that? 695? Did I see that right? What the heck? Hold on. 680 is climbing. Liquidity is gone, right? So 685 after hours. What is happening? Look at this. 682, 80. What the heck? Did you see that 695 spike? Did that show up on the ticker tape? Probably did. 682 is where Tesla's trading at. Jesus. Okay, after hours volume, I am curious to know if index fund buyers are buying after hours or not. I would hazard a guess and say no, but this is nuts. Guys, remember, you guys are going to remember where you were watching this moment right now. Appreciate you guys watching this live stream. But we're all going to remember this moment. This is a historic moment. Just like when we found out when Tesla was going to be split. $680 is where it's trading at. 678, 679. Okay, big orders at 680 though. There's a collective block of shares to be sold there. 695 again. Who saw that? For like a split second, it goes at 695. Just illiquid stock in after hours. Yeah, they gained the tape. Yeah, I don't even know if that's right. Rodney, 175 million volumes as of close. How the heck? What? Market on close orders must have not published yet then. Okay, just saw a tweet from Tesla Facts. Tesla closing cross, can't even talk, right? Hour 2. Falls far short of passive index fund requirements. Only 70 million shares versus 130 million required. What does that mean? Monday. Stay tuned for Monday. Wow. Stay tuned for Monday then. Let's see what the general consensus is. Let's see here. Wow. Okay. How the heck does on app? So 670 is where Tesla's at right now. There's a mini block at 675 to watch. Look at this. There's no way $6.95 is what's showing on my Apple app. Like, that's not, someone gamed that up. And I'm guessing on Monday when it comes up at 680, it's gonna be like, oh, you're $10 down, right? Like, maybe that's the game here, but your trading app crashed. So I'm guessing, happy it's not only me. I did not sell my March calls. No, I'm still sitting on them. I'm literally shaking. What did you do, Oliver? What happened? $6.95. Mason, you got to order at $6. Did you you had a limit in then, hey? Dude, nice. Showing $6.95 everywhere. Okay, we will also says $6.95. Mohammed had a great day. Wow. Fidelity showing ask at $6.68. Yeah, that's the current ask right now. This is Thinkorswim. Market manipulates the price so hard. Yeah, I mean, buying pressure, right? This is what. Look at the volume in the last 10 candles. Over 1 million shares every minute. There's a lot more buying. Yeah, it's what it sounds like, guys. It's like what it's sounding like, and this might change once we get more information over the weekend. But it sounds like Monday there's going to be more buying. More buying. Anything can happen over the weekend, but it looks like that might continue on Monday. You know what? Hey, Mason, maybe you're the one guy that got their order filled in at $6.95, and you're the reason why everyone's seeing $6.95 on their app. You could possibly, that could be you, man. That was you. I think that was you. I'm looking at. You guys follow? If you guys don't, like, look at Squawk Square on Twitter. He posted someone was able to dump $6.95. Lucky. You should post your screenshot on that. 800 shares. Yeah, that was you, man. That was you. 800 shares is nothing to laugh at. That was probably you then. It's an 8-lot order. I thought it was a couple of shares. I would be less. I would think less, but I think it's you. Numbers don't feel real right now. We're at 672. I'm glad I have after hours trading on here with ticker tape, because 675 is still showing a fat seller. But if we can break that here after hours, potentially we can climb up to 680 again here. Breaking news: Apple temporary to close Los Angeles stores as cases rise. Ooh. That's crazy. That is nuts. Guys, hit the subscribe button if you guys had a good day today. Like, I had one of the best days trading Tesla I had today. Just sharing with everyone watching. Super appreciative of you guys watching. Like, as a newer YouTube channel as well, like, I didn't know how much interest there'd be from people actually wanting to watch and, like, have fun together and, like, look at stocks and look at options and, like, watch stuff live. But, like, this is way more exciting than sports. Exactly. Like, NHL's out, so I can't really watch anything right now. But man, like, hit the like button, hit the subscribe. I appreciate you guys being here. Really, honestly, from the bottom of my heart. Let's build a community of people that like options and like stock trading, like, more importantly, like Tesla. So 676, there's the break. So 680 is on deck here. Let's see if the buying is still continuing here. Guys, if you're a hedge fund, right? If you're a hedge fund, you're out. Like, if you're front running this thing, you are out. So what's left? What selling pressure is left is what I ask. Hey, Gary Black said there was going to be a red day. We're up 3%. I guess there was more. There wasn't enough front run shares after all, huh? Bimber, you got out at 695 as well. Hey. Need coaching on options? Any videos? Wise guy. Actually, I am thinking about creating like a series of like what I look for in trading Tesla options and what I look for, what implied volatility rules I generally take, risk to reward. Like, I just want to do a brain dump of like split videos or like maybe one long video of like what I do to trade, how I look at the market. Obviously, none of it's financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I think like Tesla is such a unique stock to do options on. I've learned that, it's a unique option. It's a very unique stock to do options trading on. 681, guys, we're flying after hours, hey? We're flying after hours. Army Joe, you win the contest. I asked in my last video, I pinned up a comment. I said, where is it going to land? And Army Joe, let me scroll down if I find it. Where's Army Joe's guess? Oh, no, that was 6:30. Oh, you know what? 20 minutes later, who guessed 695? Anyone guess 695? Rodney, you guessed 690. You're pretty close. We're at 695 again? Wait, did I miss that? 682 has a little bit of a block, but nothing, can't get passed through. Guys, we're up almost 4% again. 680. It triggered. There must be something weird happening there. Thoughts on Monday? I think Monday we go higher. I don't think they accumulated all their shares. Unless they're doing that right now. Could be possible. Yeah. Hey, wise guy, that's really, wise guy saying I'm really respecting before I get involved into options. I have the interest desire. Seems like you need solid info. Yes. Do not get into options if you have no idea what you're doing. Like options, that's going to be probably the first point I make, is like the amount of liability that you carry when you trade options. Can be fun, but you need to know the risks before you get into it. My RBC says 661 close. Oakley, RBC is like notoriously bad in my opinion. It's always lagging for like my dad uses RBC for him. Check your Apple stock ticker. 680. Guys, we're at 680. Any chance we get over 700 after hours? Does the buying continue? Let me try to add after hours to my chart if I haven't already. Show data after hours. Let's enable that. See if it loads there. Let's go on to Google and then let's go to Tesla again. Guys, this is the first time I'm touching this software because in fear of stuff crashing. 680 after hours. Let's see. Look at that. Jesus. What is this? 695 again? We touch it? Let's see here. Let me put up my study. What do you guys think could open up on Monday? I think we'll open up close to 700. Might have a sell-off after, but I think we'll open up to that much. Kind of want to buy some shares now. Paper trading over the holidays practice. Thanks for coming, Josh. Thanks for subscribing. Yeah, I'm glad you held as well. You made out like abandon on that. Let's see here. 654. So some websites are saying 695. That'll probably get adjusted. TD says 695. Okay, I trust TD. Up 1 million, down 600K options. Options is a totally different monster. A totally different monster. Any guess what imbalance we have left? I don't think we have. I think by definition it has to be solved by now. Like I don't know. Let's see here. So Tesla Facts is saying on Twitter that he's still thinking that that they only acquired 70 million shares and they need 130. So if that's true, Monday is going to be crazy. He just tweeted 55 seconds ago that they still need to acquire a bunch of shares, 50 million more. He said no, multiple someone's bought around 70 million shares and transferred them to passive index funds at $6.95 per share at a $48 billion trade. Oh, so that's what we're seeing. Where do you see this? Okay, so what's happening here? Tesla Facts is saying multiple someone's bought around 70 million shares of Tesla and transferred it to the passive index funds at $695 a share. A $48 billion trade. But the passive index funds are still missing around 50 million shares. So that's what happened, hey? Volume is now 180. Okay. Well, if volume is 180, I am more believing that the trade is going to end today and not go into Monday. My Fidelity account. Fidelity crashed? What? Seriously? Wow. My Thinkorswim, my Trader Workstation is laggy. Yeah, isn't it crazy how Elon Musk's net worth, Squawksford just said, like, it just moves around by the billion? It's just nuts. I feel bad, you know, if your platform crashed like mine and you feel like trading, you're screwed. Yeah. After hours volume just came in 11.5 million shares after hours. Wow. 750.5. My Fidelity is working. Where did I read the news on the Tesla downgrade? That was go to CNBC's Twitter handle. Yashu, can you please talk a few minutes about how do you expect Monday open based on what we know? So if this keeps getting bid up until the after hours, I could see Monday just opening up normally and potentially being flat. In my opinion, if you were going to sell Tesla shares, today was the day. Why would you now all of a sudden wake up Monday and then wanting to dump shares? One thing to remember is a lot of people that sold today were like Tesla investors from years ago, right? Like Rob had this guy on his podcast yesterday that's a trader, and he mentioned one thing that I think was really smart. He said, remember, this is a liquidity event for a lot of potentially long-term investors, right? Ron Barron probably didn't sell, but if someone like him wanted to sell, why would you not sell into today? Today's the day you sell, right? Or today's the day you portion off a part of your profit, right? At a certain point, you have a fiduciary responsibility as a hedge fund manager, as a private equity fund manager, or anything, to book some profit. Like, bag holding only happens on Wall Street Bet subreddit and to us retail investors, but oftentimes there's stringent rules. Like if liquidity events like this are going to happen, sometimes these funds are obligated to trade. So you have to show gains. And I think window dressing, to my point about Monday, Jason, back to your question, I think next week window dressing might come into effect as well, where a lot of these funds are going to want to be overweight on Tesla that didn't have Tesla for the whole year, so they can show in their year-end statement that they had Tesla, right? TOS shows 193 million. Jeez. Hey y'all, is your trading platform down, or is it just me? Is it just me? It's literally down. I don't even want to cancel it. New Gary Black tweet. What's he saying? He probably wants to rub it into our faces, but in my opinion, I think 680 is a great close for Tesla. Let's see here. Today was quite the battle, says Gary. 658 is the final trade, although trading at 675 to 680 after hours. 195 million shares traded and counting. Above all, a nice orderly close. Quantity of Tesla shares offered today by hedge funds and traders pretty close to 130 million shares demanded by indexers. My 650 to 690 upside held. This guy loves being right. 2, I continue to expect brief 10 to 20% pullback starting next week, but not likely Monday, as indexers who didn't buy enough shares scramble to find shares. Hedge funds with excess shares can hold out to get best price, but ultimately move on from what was a profitable trade. In my opinion, I think a lot of hedge funds are probably out of their positions by now anyways. What's happening with Rob? Why is he pissed? Let's see. E-Trade just updated 695 close. Interesting. Last minute crashing, so it's not just me, hey? Guys, if stimulus comes this weekend, by the way, I don't think stimulus is coming this weekend, but let's say if it does, We're limiting up on Monday, aren't we? Like, he must be calling his broker, I'm guessing. Yeah, I feel bad. Like, can you imagine if you wanted to get out of shares? This is why you guys were smart. You guys put in limit orders, which is what you needed to do. Yeah, okay, so it's not just me. This whole thing has crashed. Let's pause this for a second here. Let me window capture. It's literally crashed, yeah. Yep, it's crashed. What's Canada stimulus like? I think for a while they did CERB, which was $2,000 a month if you qualified for it. And now I think you have to be sick or I think they might have extended it, but it was about $2,000 a month. So I know you guys only got $1,600 as a paycheck, but you guys all got it, whereas $2,000 a month was only for people that qualified for it. Put limit at 718. Oh, you just missed it. So like Mason and I think someone else on here got a 695 fill. Amazing job. Amazing job. The 695 glitch. Mark it down in the history books. Hey, in 3 years, 695 might be a great buy. Bloomberg updated 695. Yeah, so it's kind of all over the place. I think what Tesla Facts is saying is right. What he's saying is someone bought shares and then they transferred it on the open market to a passive index fund at 695 benchmarked rate. You know what it is? Okay, this is what's probably happened here. Okay, I just thought of this right now. We all know that these index funds have to acquire their shares at the price closest to 695, right? 695, Sherlock moment. 695. So we know that these index fund buyers have to buy all their shares at the closest price to the closing price of Tesla this week, this Friday. Why not just play the game of be that last person with that last trade and come in $20 higher, only to then keep buying shares, and then basically controlling what your cost basis is yourself instead of letting the market dictate it. That's obviously evidently what happened. Makes sense now. These guys put in their own closing price, so when they're benchmarked to the price that they set themselves. Or the other side of this equation is potentially big money came in and screwed them over by making a huge trade at 695 to throw them off on purpose. Another conspiracy theory there. But it makes sense. Like these index fund buyers probably like right on the last second of close, let's put an order at 695. That way it closes at 695. And then we can accumulate all of our shares accordingly to that price. Makes sense. Yeah, Parker, the theta on these calls are just out the window. There'll be a lot of articles about this, yeah, 100%. Hey, Mason, too bad you didn't get filled on the 689s and the 699s. Yeah, set their own limit price, right? That makes sense. Like, why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you play the game just so you can set it yourself, and then that way you can always accumulate. Like, you can always accumulate shares to drive the price up and then just buy all of your cost basis there. You can't force the stock down unless you have the shares. So it looks like having a margin on the upside, having a tracking error on the upside makes it easy for them to one day settle into that price because they can just keep bidding themselves up. Yeah, exactly. Bloomberg just updated 695. 695. So Tesla Facts. Okay, so back to Tesla Facts. Great follow. He says, by the way, SEC enforcement should urgently look at the shameful market manipulation that occurred shortly before closing cross when big market participants pushed the price down below 630 to trigger stops, like I said, and to use delta hedging to provide them shares. Tesla closed at 695. What irks me a lot is these big money funds do all this stuff and it's no big deal. But there was this case in the UK. You guys should look into it on Bloomberg's YouTube channel. This random dude made an algorithm that he could spoof the market. And all he was doing was throwing like 1,000 share orders, 2,000 share orders on some, like if he wanted to short, he would throw it underneath. He would just hit the ask. And he got 1 year jail time for spoofing. You're telling me none of these people that work at these funds do the same thing? Saw that video, right? Yeah, Rodney, that was a crazy story, right? Like, you guys should watch it. Just search up Navinder Singh Doral Bloomberg. Just search up Bloomberg. Let me try to find it. It's a great watch. It's only like 30 minutes. Bloomberg. He was a regular guy that just made like $10 million. Just Google or YouTube the wild $50 million ride of the flash crash. So maybe $50 million flash crash Bloomberg. I think we go to 700 after hours potentially. Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna pull up Interactive Brokers on my phone because this isn't working. YouTube flash crash. Yeah, perfect. That'll show up. That was crazy. You guys should watch that. So it looks like Tesla is at 678 live right now. My app is working. 678. A couple of spikes up to 695, which is so interesting. So remember, if their cost basis in the index funds is 695, because that's what it closed at, then you can anticipate that if they haven't accumulated all of their shares yet, they're going to accumulate the remainder of the next week when the stock rallies. Should we buy? Well, you can't buy anything right now, Terrence. I don't think Monday. I think Monday we rally, but let's see. Why is Rob on the phone with Fidelity? Is he looking to like sell his shares? Is he trying to sell? Like, I thought he said he wouldn't sell. Yeah, Waka, I agree. I mean, I don't think he was doing anything wrong either. These guys do it all the time. And yeah, he should be hired by the SEC. I agree. The market makers can just, yeah, we can stick it to them. After hours just showed 695. Is that right? Let me pull it up. Mine's at, this is live. 695, 680. Oh, sorry, 679. Oh, Rob has a lot of options. Oh, man, I really hope he didn't. Because oh, man. Okay, I really hope for Rob that he didn't have options that landed in the money and he was left holding them. I really hope that didn't happen. He's going to come up with a lot of capital. Remember, okay, so let's walk through. These 680 calls, let's say if you had 10 options that expired in the money, all of a sudden, because remember, we were at what were we at? We were at 635 and we had a 10-second candle. We can go back and watch this after. Like, remember, we had that huge candle that spiked up. Well, if you landed in the money and then your app crashed, you now have to come up with to buy 100 shares at 680, so 68 grand per contract. If you had 10 contracts, you have to come up with 700 grand for Monday to buy these shares. In fact, right now, maybe even. I really, really hope that's not what happened to Rob. That's actually what happened to my dad once. He forgot, he walked into a meeting, he let his options expire. Growing up, I started trading options, and this sounds so bad. I started trading options, like my dad got me started when I was like 10 years old, 11 years old. He would like walk me through what he's doing, why he's doing it. My dad loves trading options. But he had his options expire for Apple, I want to say. I think it was Apple or Amazon. Had them expire on Friday. He walked into a meeting and he forgot. And they exercised. He had no money to cover the margin, like a small percentage of it. And I remember how stressed he was that whole weekend. And we were just hoping for a gap up on Monday. He ended up booking a small profit on that because it actually gapped up and got so lucky. But I remember growing up, that was a crazy day. I was looking at cartoons. I was watching cartoons too. But options, like, I didn't understand options until a few years until I got started. But I think with options, you can learn everything, but you have to get a feel for it, right? What is that? What is AH? AH is after hours. Man, but I really hope that's not what happened to Rob, that he got exercised on these. Because remember, American options, you have to, American options, you can exercise them early. They can be exercised early. European options, you have to wait till close. So it's possible that when the spike happened in the last minute, even during trading, he got exercised on. I hope not. I hope not. The thing is, if he sold calls, then he's probably fine. His shares will just go away. Yeah, I hope so. I hope he has a lot of capital. I'm sure he does. Here's a live ticker symbol while we're waiting here. 680.15. This is live. This is live. Thank y'all for subscribing. I'm getting all the emails now with everything. Appreciate y'all. Did you guys have a fun time? That was fun. Like, we should do this. We should do this more often. Like, I don't know if we need an excuse to do this. Big volumes continuing, not selling. What are we at after hours? Let me check this out. Yeah, thanks for joining. Like Nathan, Terry, Alan, everyone. Like, I'm having a blast. Like, we're probably gonna tail end soon, but man, it's crazy. Like, this is awesome. Thanks everyone. I want to read through some of the names of the subscribers here. Let me just pull it up. Tesla is trading at 680.15. Looks like it's kind of pinned. Thank you, Michael. Jay, appreciate y'all. Tesla Fax is really pissed. Yeah, he is. Something must have happened. I'll be sure to send you some money for coffee. Thanks. Yeah, Patreon link is in the description. I appreciate that. Yeah, this was really enjoyable. Like, obviously, Trader Workstation canceled. Gino, Donald, Martin, Romel, Alvaro, Alan, Rudy, Abhijit, Hunter. Thanks for subscribing, y'all. Thank you for subscribing. Let's build up a community of people that like trading and like Tesla and like options trading and like talking this stuff. Like, let's talk video ideas for a hot second. So if I made videos around options trading and like going into my platform and just the general lay of the land of the options, would you guys watch that? Or is that too broad? Is there's already too many people on that sort of stuff? Thank you, Anne. I don't have a lot of Patreons, I guess. Marco, I think I have 3 or 4. My name is Yashu, and thank you. You guys would watch that? Okay, awesome. Because I would love to record like maybe like a master class or like an intro to. Would you guys want it to be on Tesla? Yeah, Aaron. I'm definitely. By the way, shout out to Aaron for a second. Like, it was his idea to even do the live stream, so that's why we're here. Yeshua. Would you guys like? Should it be Tesla related? Should it be Tesla related, like the options, or should it be just like market related options? I'm definitely gonna do more Tesla news and all that stuff because I love that sort of stuff. More Tesla, but anything in stocks. What other stocks do you guys like? Jay, appreciate you tuning in, man. I had a great time. I hope you guys had me in your headphones and walking around, working, pretending to work. Whatever stock you guys like. Let's see. Let me read through this. Especially Tesla. Okay, Tesla options, option match class, whatever you enjoy. All Tesla. Tesla option rookie. Yes, Tesla covered calls. Ooh, maybe I'll make a Tesla covered call video. It depends on success. Tesla. Okay, Neo, Square. Okay, perfect. I'm in those. EVs. Anything with profit. Square, Tesla. Man, you guys like the same stocks I like. Square, Space. Don't know ADM. Amazon, Tesla, Lemonade. I just bought some Lemonade last week. Kishore, thanks for coming, man. Square, Francois. Square, Apple, Nvidia. ARC type stocks. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking. I love Kathy and what she's got going on. Pretending to work. Yeah, me too. Oh, looks like it's back up. My trader station. Canadian stocks too. I don't trade Canadian stocks, but Shopify's one. I'm all in Tesla. Yeah. So okay, so it sounds like you guys would be down if we had like a Tesla oriented. It sounds like you guys would be down if we had like a Tesla oriented channel, and then we talked about other stocks in between and stuff. I'm waiting for a dip. Apple, Neo, Google. Okay, Google I don't really mess with too much. Holden, I guess. Hey, Holden, thanks for the Patreon. Scott, thanks for the Patreon. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate it. Thank you. Much appreciated. You buy me a cup of coffee. Cheers. Um, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. Okay, yeah, I've been in Bitcoin for the last 3 years. I just sold, but definitely a little bit well versed in that space. But tech options. Okay, so I can get jiggy with tech options. Both Tesla and general option strategies. 195 volume now. Jesus. Okay, perfect. That's awesome. I'm happy to hear that because a lot of the stuff that you guys talk about is stuff that I look at anyways on my spare time. So, and the reason why I really made this channel is like, one, I want to get like-minded people that love talking about this stuff, like tech options, Tesla, EV, the future, ARK Invest type stuff, but also to build a community. I think it's easy to lose track of like having fun in the process. Like this is fun, win or lose money. I mean, obviously you don't want to lose money. No one wants. We want to make some money, but like this, like enjoy the process. Enjoy, like, these are the times we're going to look back on as investors and traders in Tesla and be like, remember when that happened? We made an event out of it. We had a great time on the live stream with Yashu or with Rob or whoever else is doing a live stream. Alan said I don't understand options at all. Perfect. Maybe I'll get on that then. Rob's options expired. Okay, good. That's good. I mean, it's good because it didn't exercise on him if he didn't want that. Definitely Tesla and Tesla options. Get a new computer with your YouTube earnings. Well, right now I'm not actually I'm not monetized, so I can't make any money off my YouTube at the moment. So I appreciate you subscribing on Patreon. Hey Darwin, I appreciate you subscribing on Patreon as well. Oh, and then the Discord as well. We'll get the Discord up and going soon. Maybe what I'll do is next video I'll start putting an email list together. Again, if you guys didn't join me for that part when I was talking about it, I don't want a Discord where like no one talks. So what we'll do is we'll get a group of like a couple hundred people, hopefully, that want to join a Discord. We'll get a pre-list going, and then we'll launch it on one day, and then that way it's guaranteed that if you're on that Discord, it's not a waste of your time. How much coffee have I had? Marco, man, you don't even know. Like, with the Patreon support, hopefully some more. Psychedelics. Yeah, Stephen Mark Ryan loves psychedelics. I don't actually have too much experience with psychedelics. Rob's contracts expired. I do not own contracts. Rob is exercising them and selling them in aftermarkets. Okay, so hopefully he got the margin for that. I think we should look at airlines and cruise stocks since those were two sectors hard hit by the pandemic. Potentially. Airlines have rallied though, hey? Apple contracts. I had Apple leaves, but guess what? I had Apple calls that I bought for today expiring, and I bought them 3 months ago. Expired at 0. It is what it is. Options trading. Looks like there's a lot of options interest, which is awesome. I haven't really seen a lot of channels dedicated towards like Tesla options info. And from someone that only trades in Tesla with options, I think that'd be really fun content for me to make. I'm interested in what Canada has to offer the market. They have tons. Yeah, well, obviously weed's legal here, and psychedelics. I think they're taking it out as Schedule A's equivalent or whatever equivalent here they have. Well, I'm Canadian, so I was in a live trading session today, like 2017, during the crypto. Man, Kishore, I remember those crypto discords back in the day. Those pump and dump schemes, like those ICOs. I lost a lot of money on some of those ICOs. RIP, shroom stocks, COVID plays. I have a lot of movie theaters. Hey, I mean, this vaccine, like, hopefully this vaccine, I think we should get numbers in a couple of weeks around efficacy. Efficacy is going to really be the next news title with these vaccines. If, and I pray to God this doesn't happen, if the vaccine news comes out with lower efficacy rates after a couple of weeks, be careful. The market is going to take a nosedive. We'll get back because, science, I always believe in science and the fact that we'll come back to normal. But if there's any bad news on efficacy rates with this vaccine, be careful. People will be quick to sell because people are trigger happy, right? With what happened last March, they don't want us to ever see that again. But if we learned anything, and I posted this on my Instagram story last March when everything was nosediving, I posted a story of the stock market on close to one of the lowest days, and I posted, if you ever wanted to get into the stock market, now is the time. And in those times, you want to start buying, accumulating. Like imagine if you just threw in $10,000 in Tesla at the bottom in March. Obviously, hindsight's 2020, but you'd be pretty happy. Hey, fellow Canadian Elizabeth. Yes, Canadian. Do I sound Canadian? I don't know if I have a Canadian accent. I don't think we do. Beer and live stream. That'd be a fun combo. Stumbled upon his channel and stayed the whole stream. Really enjoyed it. I really appreciate that. That's an awesome comment. I kept you engaged somehow the entire time. Wow. Therapeutics driving, but what's Tesla at? Canadian too. Aaron. Nice, man. Only when you said A. Did I say A? Oh, man. Jeez. Hey, Charanth. Appreciate it. Thanks for signing up to Patreon. Tyler, thank you for signing up to Patreon. I don't have email notifications on for that. Maybe I should turn it on. Hey, Vancouver. I'm in from Vancouver as well. Welcome, Holden. Okay, here's what I was also thinking. Let me know if this is a bad idea or not. When I get the Model 3 delivery, I want to start doing like investing talks and in the car and maybe have it like on the dash and call it like Tesla Talks. And maybe like a podcast format or a longer format. Like if someone wants to just like play something and listen to it and just like wash the dishes type of stuff. Like just like maybe like what's happening with earnings coming up or what I think with deliveries or stuff like, oh, does he do that? Hyperchange? Okay. Well, I didn't even know he does. Is it called, hopefully it's not called Tesla Talks. Did I throw in an A after? Oh, okay. I did. If Tesla hits 750, I'll take you to Canada's Wonderland. Hey, Tron, thank you for the Patreon. And then that way, like, I can just drive around oh, it's called, he calls it Hypership. I don't have a name for it, but yeah, Tesla is at 680.20 after hours. Let's put that up there. 680.20 after hours. Hive blockchain, Canadian mine with Sweden. Okay, I'll look into that. Thanks for your feed. So helpful today, especially at the end. I liquidated my retirement account a few weeks ago, but wow, Jim, sold today and kept it. Yeah, Jim, nice job. Congrats. Well done. Well done. Slow clap. Nice job. 159. That's good for your retirement. Well done, man. We need to buy or lease Teslas and do a rideshare program app. I bet Elon will be in. Yeah, with well, Tesla Network's hopefully coming out soon. By the way, I have a video that I've written down that I want to make. It's going to be titled "Why I Think the Tesla Network is a Dumb Idea Right Now." And I know it's going to be a little bit controversial, but I want to make it. And since you guys are listening right now, I'll kind of tell you what it is. Think about it this way. When you look at a Prius, what do you think? You think taxi. You don't think that cool, right? But if you did a stat of all Uber and Lyft drivers, the majority of them have Priuses. If Tesla released a Tesla network right now and everyone's jumped in with Model 3s, what do you think would happen to the brand value of the Model 3? I think they're careful to not release that right now until they have a car that is going to be kind of more of the lower end of the price range. Free advertising for sure, free miles on their AI, but I think it's important to note that if you degrade the brand value of a Model 3 right now, you got to be careful. And I think because of that, I don't believe Tesla should release the Tesla network right now. They should wait till they get their $25,000 car. And I think also the car name, well, I know Galley's been saying it's the Model 2. I think it's the Model 4 because we have Sexy, right? S3XY. We have Cybertruck. We need a 4 for the A. And then we have the Roadster for R. And then we have the Semi for S. So I think it's going to be the Model 4, not the Model 2. Everyone's saying it's the Model 2. I don't know why, but I'm still banking my bets on the Model. Exactly, Liam. Yeah, Model 4. Yeah, and they need to perfect their ATV. Is the ATV even around? Like, does anyone even have that? Is that a thing? Like, I've seen it on Galley's channel, but like, do people ride that thing? Is it like actually they're getting into insurance? It is interesting. I didn't know that. Okay, they're getting into insurance. I can't wait for Tesla insurance to come out in Canada. I'm definitely not expecting to come out in the next 10 years, considering how slow our government is. But just so you know, like insurance is expensive in Vancouver, in Canada. It's like to insure for the year, it's going to be about $3,500 to $4,000 per year to insure. It's expensive. Hopefully Tesla insurance can come in, they can get data, they can get more of a perfect rate, but it's expensive. Hey Nathan, Vancouver. Yeah, Tesla insurance will 100% dominate. Like, all you have to do with the insurance game to dominate is to give lower premiums than anyone else and still survive. That's all you need. And who wins in insurance is the person with the better information data set. Who's going to have a better information data set than Tesla? Okay, so what I gathered here is you guys like stocks that I like, so I'll keep doing news videos on that. Would you guys like a daily Tesla options analysis, chart analysis, nightly update? Like, would that be helpful? Yes or no? Let me know. And then what I've gathered is options videos would be stuff that you guys would watch as well, which is awesome. That'll take longer for me to say, longer for me to do. Yes, you guys would watch that nightly update. Okay, and then Tesla news, like. I'm on Tesla news all day. I'm looking for breaking news. So you guys would watch that. Options are good daily if possible. Okay, options two. You guys are learning. Okay. Big moves, alert, type alerts. Okay. Yes, and options. Yes, and perfect. Marcus, how do they end stop losses? How do they hit? Well, they can actually see in the order book, Tom, where the stops are, and then they have algos trained to hit them. Live stream on Monday for open? Potentially, if I can still talk. Monday, let me think here. Potentially could do that. Live stream when you're gaming. I don't game, unfortunately. My gaming is looking at my trader workstation. How lame is that? I did get a Stadia. For free from YouTube Premium. I'm looking to see if I want to play something on that. I think you corner the options because I don't see anything that Tesla would sell. Tesla. Okay. And interviews. Oh, I'd love to interview Rob or Gally or Dave. I'm not at that level that they're at in terms of YouTube channel fame. So I don't think they'd want to ever come on my platform at the moment. But maybe later. But those guys are the people that I watch in my spare time. I probably watch 2 hours of stock trading videos daily. Options. Okay, so I'll do the options nightly. Tesla. Like, do you guys like it when I go through what has the market priced in for this week? How's it changed? What's the put and call ratio? How the stock moved today? Like that stuff. Like, or is it just like you just want the higher level on the chart? Like 10 minutes. I'm thinking at most kind of thing. Like nightly update. Vivian, great teacher with no bull. Thank you. Yeah, I got to be coaching all day with my real estate coaching business, so teaching comes second nature. Hopefully, pre-market live. I could do pre-market live. Yeah, I mean, the problem is I live on the West Coast, so like option market opens at 6:30. Man, it's early for me. Like I'm trying to be more of an early bird. Like with the last 2 or 3 months, I have been because of Tesla, but we'll see. Best free trading platform. Free. The only free one in Canada I know about is Wealthsimple. Do your usual steps. Helpful to have a routine. Okay, so maybe I'll make a routine out. 5 or 10 minutes is great for their channel. Thank you, Marco. Don't be like Dave Lee hours. What does that mean? I would love to have those guys on the YouTube channel as a like interview and stuff. But again, I don't think I'm big enough for that at the moment. PPTS, I appreciate that. Thank you. Make sure to hit the subscribe button to keep updated on that sort of stuff. And hit the bell. Apparently the bell, I didn't even know how the bell worked, but apparently if you hit the bell when I post something, you're like one of the first people to get alerted on it. Oh, free platform to show the level 2. You can't. You have to pay for it. I pay like $50 a month, but it's subsidized with Interactive Brokers because if I pay more than that in commissions, I get it back. You're not going to get that for free. You could potentially Google it, but I wouldn't trust it. You're going to have a paid platform for that. Explain level 2. Level 2, wise guy, is imagine if you were buying something in like a group, like a crowded area, right? People were selling something right in the middle. Level 2 is if everyone in that crowd that was looking to buy and sell something wrote down what they'd be willing to buy and at what price and what they'd be willing to sell and what price. So for Tesla, level 2 options are the list of what everyone in the market has published out there as an executable order and on the ask side, it's what people have said that they'd be willing to sell Tesla at. So if Tesla's going at 655, then, and we have like 660 on the order book, level 2 shows someone is there sitting waiting to sell 1,000,000 shares, then you know, okay, there's probably going to be some resistance at that level. So you read level 2, it's called it's the second derivative to the stock price. Marcus, thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Level 2 is free on TD, but you have to have money. Yeah, you have to fund your account, right? It's kind of like a matchmaker, yeah. But the thing to watch out with level 2 is, like I said, the amount of spoofing. Spoofing is when you can program a lot of orders to make it look like it's biased, but you never plan on executing them. As soon as it comes close to there, you have an algorithm that cancels your order out, right? So that can actually shift markets in the short run. We gapped up. Okay, Jay, let me check this out. I'm still sitting at... Huh. It did gap up for a second. Mine is showing that... Oh, you're right. What the heck is happening? 695. Look at that. Oh, perfect timing. Look at that girl that sends you a photo from 10 years ago. Look at that. It's just pumping up to 690, 695. Kingsley, drive a Model 3 or Y? If not, which one? I just placed an order for Model 3 last month, and hopefully, I mean, I have my delivery booked for this weekend. I'm knocking on wood to keep it because they're known to extend their times out. But yeah, it's the 3, all black. Yeah, that's so weird, hey? But hey guys, that theory that we had with they're setting the closing price so they can accumulate shares as close up price makes sense. Cindy, that 695 thing is, again, if you missed it, we think it's oh, Yashar, thanks for Patreoning. Hagen, appreciate you. Joshua Lee, appreciate you, man. Thanks, guys. Much appreciated. Yeah, Yashar, nice name. Cindy, that 695, that's basically what we think, and what Tesla Facts is thinking on Twitter, is that they purposely made Tesla close at 695, knowing it was trading around 680, because that way they could control what price it goes into their index fund at the book value. So when they gotta accumulate shares, they're fine to overpay for some shares because they've already bought some down here. So if they want to average the 695, they're fine with having the stock run up after hours or accumulating close to that. So that could be it. Oliver saying, I watched you, Rob, Lucid Trading simultaneously, but you were there. Oh, I appreciate that, man. 695 is crazy. What's the deal? Yeah. Buddy on a Model X, man, I would love a Model X. But we test drove it, me and my long-term girlfriend, and no, yeah, it was like a minivan. It was like a minivan for us, and we were like, nah, maybe when we have kids. Hey, Joshua, it's you. Thanks, Mason. Hey, man, 695. Congrats on that. I'm never gonna forget that. Margot, that's perfect. I'd love to hear that. That's what I had in plan, is like I could put like a nice DSLR camera in the car, have a good quality, be shooting the inside, and then we could be talking Tesla and catalysts and news and stuff coming up in the car. It's pinned at 680, but that makes sense. No problem. Yeah. Discord server. Yes, I will get on it. The Patrons will be the first people to know because I got your emails. So I'll keep that there. I just actually created a server a couple of days ago on Discord. I use Reddit, Tesla Investor Club subreddit, and I am like on there live chatting, usually on the discussion thread, but Discord is kind of the way to go. You know Tesla last 20. Marco. That's true. I won't say nothing. It's pinned at 680. Wow, 1,810 subscribers. Wow. Just dumbfounded. I appreciate it, y'all. I appreciate it. Let's read out some names of recent subscribers. Let's see here. Gino, Donald, Martin, Romel, Nuraz, Jeffrey, Prabjot, Christian, Brick, Eric, Liz, Francois, welcome, Roberto. Hey, I would love to get a Model Y. I think it's like the perfect in between the X and the 3. but I couldn't give up. Like in Canada, we get like almost a $10,000 rebate off the Model 3 that we don't get off the Model Y. So I was like, yeah, kind of the same. It's worth it. After hours, what is happening? Nick, you're getting me excited. Let me just go check. Hey, Kishore, thanks for the Patreon subscription. Appreciate that. Thank you. What is going on? Let's log in. It's still pinned at 680 for me. It is moving, but it's pinned. Robinhood jumped to. It's the index fund managers. They're being crazy with it a little bit. They're being crazy with it. You know what's crazy? What I found out. Do you guys know the hydraulic press channel on YouTube? The guy that like presses everything down and like just has a channel where he just does all those cool stuff. I found out today he follows me on YouTube. I was very excited to see that. I was like, whoa, what the heck? He has like 3 million follows. Yeah, Liam, the candles, I wouldn't even pay attention. Like after hours, I definitely don't pay attention to these candles. Even during the day, it was really weird. Awesome. Thanks, Josh. Well, I hope everyone had a wonderful day. Let's start signing off here for the live stream. Thanks so much for joining. Like 3 hours, 10 minutes, and 41 seconds. This is going to be a live stream. I'm going to leave up, and we're going to look back on it years later where, hey, remember when Tesla got added to the S&P? I'll watch this back for... I'm joking. I won't. I don't listen. I don't like listening to myself talk. But I'll leave it up, and we're going to look back on this day. Thanks so much for joining, everyone. I had a great time. Probably not going to be able to talk for the rest of the day. Rodney, Gentry, Josh, Nick, Kingsley, Liam, had a lot of fun. Scott, thank you so much for the Patreons as well. I can't even thank you enough. I'm dumbfounded, quite honestly. I'll keep the content coming. We'll keep it options related. We'll keep it ARK Invest stock related. Options, said that. Can't talk at this point. And I'm happy to suggestions. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, please, and we'll go from there. Hagen, Scott, thank you again. Anne, Chris, Alan, Oliver, Francois. Monday morning, I will. It's a game time decision. I don't have this room. This is my girlfriend's room for the office. I kicked her out. I sent her to the bedroom where I do recording for today. So if I can find a nice setup, like I'm gonna get a green screen. So we'll see. We'll see. Get some sleep, guys. You too. Thanks, Kingsley. Nemesis Parker, I love you guys. Thank you so much. Welcome to the family. Hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys. I will. Yeah, this video will cache and be recorded. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.